Hey, how much you bet New York is glad 49ers got the hell up out of the state? They came in and took out their AFC representation and their NFC representation. Bam, bam, knock them both out. How's that Monday feeling? That over 500 and on a roll, and you gotta doubt whether anybody's gonna beat the 49ers for at least the next 2 to 3 weeks. Eagles can't do it. Today's headline. The Niners versus Giants displayed a resilience that had not been getting any credit for in this early season thus far. But, did you check out the NFL Network? Mooch, he picked Kyle as his dude for this week. I you just don't see these things coming. You just sit there and watch the NFL Network just get the highlights and see what happened with everybody else. Boots said, no, Kyle Shanahan's my dude. He took that team. He's got about an army of his first stringers out, and he's still getting it done. He just says, we just keep on going. And also David Carr, who rarely says anything good about the 49ers. David Carr's laying praises on Kyle Shanahan. I says, okay. Now, see, that's right. Also, hey, meanwhile, though, Nick Mullins and his merry men started beating on the Giants from the first quarter to the end of the game. They didn't even let up. Aiyuk in them. Aiyuk. I got to finish that too, and I'll get back to you on that one. Hey, fam, here's the bottom line on all of this. The revenge tour ain't over. You could see as last week Jimmy and Nick got, oh, my God. Is the revenge tour over? No. This team is built to endure. And Shannon, hey, when they were talking about brick by brick, they meant it. We got a brick house. It's going to take more than a big win to knock this down. And you look around the NFC West, you notice that the only team who kept winning was the Hawks. But here's the thing about the Hawks. Clearly, they don't have a defense. This is why I'm looking forward to playing them because, and I you know what? I hope they go undefeated up until we do play them. See, if the Hawks think they're going to beat us with no defense, they got a surprise coming because we do have a defense and they will be all back by then anyway. Well, that week's, what is that? Week what? Anyway, the West is there for the 49ers to take. We're actually built to win this, the West. As long as we don't play the Cardinals too often. I don't like that team. And I told you that before the season started. I told you, man. Man. But this team is built to endure. And it's a good thing, too, because another knee injury will rob the Niners of another one of their spectacular weapons. Tight end Jordan Reed, man, he was looking good first 2 weeks, too. Imagine what he was going to be like when he got in shape. So now 6 to 8 weeks without Jordan Reed, that according to a report, he could be out up to 2 months to recover and will be placed on the IR with expectations that he will return. But no matter, the revenge tour continues. Why? Because players like Ross Dwelly was a beast yesterday. Kerry Hyder Jr., who knew? Jason Verrett. Welcome to the party, boy. God, players not many people expected to be the stars of the Big 49ers victory this season. Any big stars, any big victories this season, because they had to have that win, man. They couldn't come out of there 1-2. No. Unless past Sunday, those guys were a living testament to just how deep and talented the Niners roster is. And we've been talking about that for a long time. We knew they were deep, but it was untested. They're doing fine on exams right now, aren't they? Everybody knows the Giants are not a great football team. I get it. But the Niners made that clear yesterday. But if you're good at a team like that, if they are bad, don't squeak by and beat them. Beat them to death. Just beat them up. And they did. Because prior to week 3, the Giants were competitive in their previous 2 games this season. They gave the Bears all they could were worth, and the Bears are 3-0 right now. Coach Shanahan and his band of replacements returned to MetLife Stadium and dealt another New York team an embarrassing blowout loss, and that's what it takes to be defined as an NFL power. Niners were more than banged up this game. Niners were pretty much, wow. You go into that game thinking, man, we got to fight to win this game. No, they didn't. It made no difference whatsoever. This Niners team is a product of struggles that came before the success. there's a determination in these guys in the heart. You can see right now. Nick Mullins looked like a man on a mission out there, didn't he? You could see it in his eye as Apollo Creed told Rocky Balboa, Rock, what's wrong with you, man? You ain't even got the eye of the tiger no more. Nick does. These guys refuse to be, they just refuse to be denied, fam. As I say, Nick Mullins threw for 343 yards and a touchdown. Jimmy G ain't seen no stats like that this season. When Heem and TC were ruled out at running back, who took over? Chet Mckinnon stepped up to carry the load, scoring the third TD of the season. Looking good, and he ain't even ready yet. That's not prime time, Jet. Give him another 2 or 3 weeks. Even after Jordan Reed and starting Emmanuel Mosley were knocked out early in the game, the Niners kept right on rolling, baby. Enter Ross Dwelly and Jason Verrett to step out of the shadows and into the spotlight. Man, they was looking slick. And they did just that, playing major roles in a much-needed victory. I'm telling you, man, the guys won Sunday due to what they have overcome in their past. The Niners have been here before. We've been here before, right? We sat back, and this goes all the way back to the Harbaugh era. We sit back and watch one 49er after another drop, boom, boom, boom. What the hell are we supposed to do now? And that's been the history, right? It was over, and it was. I mean, that year we had a team that was built for the Super Bowl, went 8-8. I mean, so, this group will not die, fam. I can see right now. Last week, the Niners lost both Nick Bosa and Jimmy G, as I mentioned. But these guys, no problem. We keep on rolling. You got Kerry Hyder honoring Nick by doing the Nick. You see Kerry down. Kerry Hyder doing the Nick celebration after the sack. Well, these guys, they're having fun out there filling that blank, aren't they? Jimmy G, Sherm, Debo, and GK should be available in the coming weeks. But they better not come back half-stepping, you know what I'm saying? Because this team's already in third gear. Because the backups aren't reminding anybody of backups. They played their heart out, and that's all it took. So give Coach Shanahan the glory for keeping this team afloat. Not only will the Niners survive this rough patch, Coach Shanahan may have just discovered some valuable new talents. And this is always the case. You know, when you see other guys go down and see some new guys come, I really wish I could have saw a little bit more of Jamal Hasty. That's okay, though, because Jerick McKinnon needs all the work he can get to get himself back into shape. Jeffrey Wilson Jr., boy, take a bow. I love the way he plays. And last 2 years, I've been worried about, oh, man, are they going to keep? Last year, I was scared. Are they going to keep Jeffrey? Come on, man, you got to find a way to keep Jeffrey Wilson Jr. Come on, Coach. See that? I tell you right now, man. 2019 Niners were a special team. We'll all agree on that. Most of those players will be missed only because they're gone. But the 2020 Niners are starting to find their own identity out there. The play of guys like Hyder Jr. and Jerick McKinnon, Javon Kinlaw. The dude is progressing on a weekly basis. Normally, you see a team, a rookie like Kinlaw and some others, it may take a progression of maybe a season or so. Kinlaw said, damn that, man, I'm coming now. I can't wait to see what he looks like in week 6 or week 7. These guys are the Niners of the future. Aiyuk. And we had this little discussion yesterday on the chat and other places. And already people have anointed Aiyuk being, at least he's ahead of where Debo was this time last year, which is interesting. I can't argue that. I usually lean back off the one hot day does not make a summer, but everybody's already appointed. You see a player once, and you already put him ahead of the player that was this not playing. I gotta wait, but I love what I see in Aiyuk. He's got all the potential in the world. If he is anything like Debo, and this is his starting point, then good Lord, what is he going to be like in week 5 or week 6 or week 7 for that matter toward the end of the season? Gotta love it. That's why Kyle was so juiced to get him. What if he does better than C.D. Lamb, Henry Ruggs, Rudy, all those guys? Wouldn't it be special? The 49ers again with the eagle eye for the best talent to be found in the draft. Okay, yeah, these are guys in the future, fam. I start to get used to them. They're not going away anytime soon, apparently. Yes! I want to know tonight, is the revenge tour still on? Whoa! Get that man right. I thought yesterday. I said, "Oh man, I wanted to see the Jordan Reed, George Kittle combo," but it looks like now Reed will be back though, probably around Turkey Day. But in the meantime, I am impressed with Ross Dwelly. I didn't know he had it in him. I know everybody say there was Giants Ronbo. Yeah, but still, I need to see him assert himself no matter who he's playing, and he did. So, we're doing all right. And George will be back. George is George, okay? Hey, Pete Gorman, hey, I watched the game again. I like Nick Mullins even more. Oh, I do. Hey, Nick was not bad when he left. 2018, when he was doing what he was doing, he just didn't have any team with him. Got weapons now, and he's got a decent defense. Look the hell out now. Ray Jr., what's up, fam? Matty S. coming in from Bend, Oregon. Yeah, Matty, Mr. Block Ice. Hey, the winning continues. Can't wait until we get fully healthy. I bet the rest of the league can. We're doing good now, but ooh, that's what he wrote. Ooh, we're going to be really tough on these teams, starting with the Eagles. Beagles, I like that even better, though. D'Angelo Carter, Nick Mellon, step up, good game. One time for a defense, hell of a game, too. Nick, he said, Big J, we are worth 9+ starters and still won. We are without 9+ starters and still won. This is big, no matter who you play. That's right, because they're still professionals. You can't just go in there and beat a team just on reputation and name. You got to go out there and play them. And if not, yeah, they'll beat you, but Whoa! Hey, Alex.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Alex, I'm doing, as you can probably tell, I'm a little overjuiced. Alex, you got a speaker feedback going on, whatever that is. Can you maybe mute that? But anyway, I tell you, man, I'm loving Aiyuk. Nick Mullins, I'm not surprised at all. Looking awesome. The nice thing is, Jerick McKinnon, who I argued with and got name called and everything else for the past 2 years because I insisted I gotta see. I just have to see this guy, okay? I don't want to see him cut. I want to know why Shanahan was so hell-bent on getting him. We need to cut him. What is it? Matty B ain't got to be sitting down for no Jerick McKinnon. He just has to sit out. We can't use him till, you know the arguments with. So, But Alex, is the revenge tour still on?
Of course it's still on, Ronbo. Did you see the Saints last night? Okay, they look like garbage without Michael Thomas. They lose one player and their team falls apart.
Good. I love that you brought that up. Awesome point.
Yeah, Seahawks have the worst defense in the NFL. The worst. 32. God. That's worse than the Browns, worse than the Jets, worse than the Giants. Like, we are the most complete team, and we have the most depth of any team maybe to ever exist, Ronbo. We're pulling up dudes on our practice squad who are balling. It's insane, Ronbo.
Where's Frank Johnson?
It is absolutely insane.
Alex, you're echoing my sentiments exactly. I said the 49ers' depth is probably equal to half the league's first string. And I wasn't kidding. Man, yes.
I don't see a lie. I do not see a lie. Teams would love to have Jeff Wilson as their starting running back, or even their second string running room.
God, yes.
What's up?
I said, God, yes. And can you imagine, even the rookie Aiyuk, I would take him over, man. He's going to have some talent, man. This good boy's got talent.
Imagine when him and Debo hit the field together. Oh my gosh.
We're actually giving teams a break by not having Jordan Reed and George Kittle and Debo and Aiyuk and Mostert and Jerick McKinnon. I mean, it's teams just break. Oh, good. They haven't got all those guys at least. Oh, man. How about Kerry Hyder Jr.?
Man, Hyder's his motor is unreal, Ronbo. He is a beast. He does not stop. It's so crazy because he doesn't even look like the most athletic defensive
I was getting ready to say the same. He's a little chubby, but look at him.
Yeah. I don't get it. He just knows how to get to the quarterback, Ronbo. It's just in his DNA. He just does it.
Hey. So true.
Oh, my God.
It's a natural talent.
Kinlaw is eating Ronbo. he's eating, deflecting passes, tackles for losses, pressures. It's
Stopping
his
the
third
run.
game ever, Rombo.
Oh, God.
Hey,
And look
Deion
at you
Jordan.
See, oh, I was getting ready to mention him too. Go ahead. Talk about that. And Ziggy Ansah came in for a dynamic play.
And
go ahead.
No, I'm just reacting to what you're saying, man. I mean, we got depth everywhere. Barrett, I mean, the dude was locked. He looked like he was his old self yesterday.
Not yet. He gets
I'm
better.
stoked.
He gets
I'm
better.
so stoked.
Remember, that's his first game. Let's see what he looks like in 2 weeks. We just have to keep his body. He's like Humpty Dumpty. If we could just keep him together for the entire season, we might have something really special in him. Oh, God, yes.
I mean, Rombo, if Deion Jordan can keep even just pressuring the quarterback, Ziggy, like, our defense, I know it's the Giants, and I know that the Giants' offensive line isn't the best, but it's still a professional team. Like, our defense, like, scraping at the bottom of the bucket that we have, we're still in contention for for the Super Bowl, and we're in contention of having still a top 10 defense with maybe the best defensive player in the NFL out for the year.
Ain't that the truth? I tell you. And, but look at that committee. Deion Jordan, Ziggy Ansah, and also, because D Ford they're getting ready to put him on the IR. And also, of course, Kerry Hyder Jr. I really, those guys have got to make up that deficit, because I don't know, man, because I want Armstead to stay inside. I mean, I don't know how you feel about that, but I want him to stay inside.
Yeah, I want to say, you got to keep him inside for sure. That's where he does most of his damage.
And I want him next to I want him next to Javon too. Javon seems to mimic what's going on around him. When he was practicing doing the Nick on that play that I saw, I said, "Look at Javon!
Ronbo,
what a sharp kid!" Oh man,
where were all what? I remember reading all these articles all summer about how Javon Kinlaw looked so behind the 8 ball in practice, and he was getting dominated by Laken Tomlinson. I'm like, what were you guys watching? Because this guy is out here eating everyone in front of him.
Alex, I think he just didn't want to hurt any of his teammates. He might be one of those gentle giants, but he's not going to take it easy on anybody else. Alex, we're going to go. I'm gonna. You know what? We're going to, after the press conference, I'll see you Wednesday. All right.
Hey, Ravens look terrible, Rombo.
Oh, they do. I wish we could. That's why I always said I wish we could have played them again. They look awful. I thought they were better than that.
They look so bad.
What's the score now? I quit watching.
Rombo, we are still in contention. We're still probably the best team in the NFL, even without our starters. Just wait till the cavalry comes. We're going to go on this run. Revenge Tour is not over. We're coming for number 6, baby, and it's going to be 2021. We're going to hoist the Lombardi, Rombo. All right, man.
All right, Alex.
You have a great night.
You too. That Alex.
All right.
Oh, God. Yeah, that is Israel.
Lord have mercy, Ronbo.
Oh, Israel.
Lord
That's
have mercy.
my sentiments exactly.
Oh,
God.
my. Who won the team? We put 36 points with the replacements.
And we lost the touchdown. Remember that was a 40-burger. They made Jerick McKinnon. Yeah, Jerick McKinnon had a touchdown. I made him bring it back.
It was McKinnon. I think it was KB, because Nick Mullins had this 6 sidearm touchdown. This sidearm throw was unbelievable.
Oh, and I didn't even know he could do that. We had a holding penalty. We had a holding penalty.
The holding penalty.
Yeah. Was that KB or was that Jerick McKinnon? I don't know. I know it was one of our guys. It was a touchdown.
One of those guys.
Yeah.
One of those guys that scores touchdowns. I don't know. But, Oh, my God. The first week of the season, I'm thinking, okay, this don't look like no revenge tour I've ever seen. This looks like a hangover. Second week of the season, I'm like, this definitely isn't a revenge tour. This is a rehabilitation tour 2020.
Well, like you said, hangover tour. We need a bowl of menudo when you wake up. I mean, it was looking nasty with all these guys going down. Man.
They just looked sluggish. In week 1, they looked so sluggish. Everybody was demotivated. Nobody knew what they were doing. And all of a sudden, once the replacements come in, it just doesn't make any sense. How are we this good?
Guys,
In 2018, minus one Jimmy Garoppolo, we're 4-12.
You know,
in 2020, now with all these people gone, we're playing the way that we are right now. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
it's the program. Israel, you know what? The 49ers, we're going to be like the Patriots soon. You just plug and play talent. If you can follow directions and do your job, things are going to happen.
Job.
Yeah.
Brick house. Brick house. That's what it is. 100% the brick house. And shout out to my man, Javon Kinlaw, man. He is looking like a bona fide starter. From the moment that he got onto the field on Sunday, he looked like a bona fide starter. Solomon Thomas didn't look like that until he still doesn't look like that.
I didn't want to be
like
rude.
that until year two.
We got to do something about Kyle Nelson, though, Israel. Kyle Nelson, and I'm not happy. Quan Alexander, I'm worried about him. Is he feeling okay? Man, Jones did a number on him a couple of times. Both of them. Kyle Nelson's getting on my last nerve. I hope they're holding auditions right now, just in case he has a blowout next year.
I think Kyle Nelson has some mental health problems going on right now. It seems like he's not all there. I can't remember who replaced him at the long
it was Justin School.
Yeah, Justin School. He needs to stay there. 100% needs to stay there at long snapper.
God.
Because I saw that George was giving him a little pep talk on the sidelines, and he
I know they were
had
all
his head down. He wasn't listening.
I know.
To anything that he was. It was sad. It looked like he was just going through a lot. I was thinking maybe there's a death in the family, something's going on personally with him.
Well, yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Because the guys looked awfully sympathetic as they were there talking to him. I mean, Robbie Gould was down on one knee looking up at him as he was sitting down talking to him, and George was trying to calm him down and reassure him. You know, so none of the coaches were over there talking to him.
Yeah,
he was
they were definitely talking to him. They had a long talking to him
afterward.
That's for sure.
Oh, no, he'll be okay.
Hasty, he was looking good.
Who?
Hasty.
Oh, yes.
Michael Hasty.
I wanted to see more of him. That dude's I like this style.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
He's big and gets through the holes like nobody else. I just don't understand how he got through some of those holes that were so
quickness. Tell you, Israel. Hey, good stuff. I'm gonna see you after the. We gotta go, Israel. I'm gonna see you at the press conference on Wednesday or Tuesday. Wednesday, yes, Wednesday.
Sounds good, man.
Surprises. He may come out tomorrow. If he does, I'm coming right after. All right, fam.
All right, sounds good. All right, I'll see you later.
Hey, good to hear from you again, too. I haven't heard from you in a long time. Night, fam.
I'm back for the long haul, man.
Right. And yo, on
Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
I'm just sitting back here gloating, man, because I'm saying, how many teams got as much depth as the 49ers? We could lose an army. We got a Pro Bowler, a couple of potential Pro Bowlers. I mean, we got 2 Pro Bowlers out now because Jordan Reed left that game early enough to say Jordan Reed didn't have a lot to do with that win, and the 49ers just kept on rolling. Nick was just licking his fingers and hitting. I mean, he was just dotting I's and crossing T's. I said, oh, look at this. And what did the 49ers do, Shell? Y'all think we could lose people and you'll stop this revenge tour? D, is the revenge tour still on? We put some more gas in this tank and keep rolling? What do you think?
We continued the revenge tour. It never was off. When people started panicking because we lost to the Cardinals, we always have a problem with the damn Cardinals.
I know, man.
They never go down. We play every time we play and they give us fits. They always mess around and try to make the game harder than it already is. The only issue we had in that game, to be honest with you, was Kyler Murray. That was our problem. Kyler Murray and his little mobile hero self was all over the field doing stuff that we allowed him to do.
I don't want to play him no more. Kyler Murray, man. Boy, it kills me, man. It scares me. Wake up in the night screaming, "Oh, get it! He's going to get it! Damn." Dude,
Here's the thing, man, and I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna do my video probably at least on Tuesday. I'm gonna let this month
and give us the name, your new name too, before you go too. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So if y'all looking for me, I'll be in the chat. It's Niner Gang Podcast. So that's the number 9 ER Gang Podcast. So I'm out there, but I'm going to give y'all a little tidbit of information. You know, the last 3 years that Carson Wentz has thrown 7 interceptions consistently for the whole year. The man is up to 6 already, and we aren't even a quarter of the way through the season. He is one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL right now. So you mean to tell me that we should trot out Jimmy G and anybody else who we think is remotely healthy against the Eagles? No. And the Eagles' defense is somewhat formidable. But no, Jimmy, sit down. It's fine. We can handle this.
Let that ankle
We got this. The defense is good. And here's my thing. If Jerick McKinnon score another touchdown in the next game, I'm officially on the damn train. Every game he scores a touchdown. He is on track for 2 TDs, whether it be rushing or whether it be receiving.
If he scored another damn touchdown, they called one back. He had 2. That was him.
My thing is, if he scored a touchdown, I'm gonna have to jump on the train. I'm not about to jump on this hype train for Jason Verrett until I see some consistency.
So, right, I already had your reserved seat in first class for Jerick McKinnon's train. You can wait on Aiyuk. On Verrett.
Yeah, because I like what he did yesterday. He looked great. He didn't look like he was rusty at all. I'm glad his confidence is up, but I need to see consistency from him. I don't need to see one thing, Jason Verrett, and then next thing you know, oh, here we go again. Where's he at? On IR. I need more consistency from him. So I do like what I saw from him. Kinlaw is he's progressing a lot faster than I anticipated.
I'd say he really is. Shocking. Yeah.
He looks fantastic. Yeah, that is right. What the other caller said, I can't forget his name. I think it was the first dude you got in. He straight up said it. He was real honest. He said, Kinlaw is all this talk about him getting beat by Laken Tomlinson all training camp. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. You would not know he was getting broke off because he out there eating up these offensive lines. But I see everything working out well for us. I do not see the revenge tour stopping. And I say, sit Jimmy the next 2 games, man. We can take out Philly and Miami. Mm-hmm. I don't see the reason to rush him back. Hey, man, look, let your ankle heal up. Why? So I can watch him from the sideline doing stuff he won't call for me. They said that. A lot of people were saying that, man. Jimmy looked a little pissed because some of the plays that Nick was getting called, he
ain't never seen that call. I know.
Sideline look like you over there on the sideline every time. But if you don't call that play for me, what's your problem? Huh? You know I can.
It'd been funny if you went out there and asked Kyle about that later. Hey, coach.
Right?
Save some of those plays for me.
But, I'm just glad to get out of MetLife. I'm just glad to get out of MetLife Stadium. I hope to God we never have to see that trash field again. Because another one of our players who need out 6-8 weeks with a big sprained ankle because of the stupidity that is MetLife. But you know what? We got out of there with 2 wins. So forget it. I don't want to ever go back there. I hate that field.
And it hates us too.
Just wrong.
God,
it does.
Lost Nick. Damn.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what? We're going to survive it, though. It's Niners. Get one more time. Niners, not Niners, but Niner. And is it? Say it again. Niners.
Niner Gang Podcast. Niner Gang Podcast.
Niner Gang Podcast, fam. Click it, D. We're going to go, D. I tell you what, I'm going to see you at the press conference. It's usually been Tuesday or Wednesday, but let's see what happens. If it is tomorrow, I'm going to fly back in here tomorrow. All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good evening, and I'll end it as I always do. If you're in here and you're from an opposing team, click the like and subscribe button because you don't have a Ronbo. You'll never have a Ronbo. Your team sucks. That's why you're here with us. So just go ahead.
That rhymes, too. I like that. Thanks, Steve. Too much fun. All these people in here, but because they're scared. And as I say, these are these guys are supporters of inferior teams. They like rolling around with the superior beings that other Niner fans, because we got too much of a legacy they don't. Matt. Come on in, Matt.
What up, Ronbo?
Matt, man, I'm just enjoying the fact that, you know what? I was worried that we had lost too much bloodshed, and I said, what are we going to do, man? He got everybody's out. Come on, man. And I don't care what anybody, it's just the Giants. Forget that. You can get your butt beat coming out there. You don't play a team hard. These are professionals. No matter where you go, it's pros. Unless it's the Dallas Cowboys. And, of course, all you got to do is come out and score points. How about them Cowboys? But, Matt.
Man, they can't. I got it on the Cowboys, man. They can't beat Seattle. Come on.
You guys are doing clowns, man. Anyway, but does the revenge tour continue?
Yes, it does. Because we still got a team that is capable of making teams scared. We still got guys that are coming back, so I'm not worried.
Lots of them. High quality. Lots of them. And we're doing fine without them. I don't care if it's the Giants. Next week, Matt, after we beat the Eagles, well, you guys ain't played nobody. Matt, do you remember last year? I even hashtagged it. Everything I wrote. Hashtag ain't played nobody. 49ers ain't played nobody.
Okay.
Everybody said, y'all ain't played nobody yet. They said that for 6 weeks. Y'all ain't played nobody yet. Super Bowl. Okay, well, y'all, you know, it's one of them flukes. Matt, here we go again. Here we go again.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yeah, we'll be 4-1, and they'll be like, you haven't played anyone. You haven't played anyone. You wait and see.
It's NFL. It ain't our fault. All right. Yeah, hey, Matt, talk about some of the players that contributed to that glorious and lovely win to put us 2-1 and not fall off the pace of the NFC West.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jet McKinnon, of course, Nick Mullins, and Jeff Wilson, of course.
Oh.
And on the defense, Deion Jordan, he was playing well. Jason Verrett and Fred Warner, of course.
Fred, I know, man. Fred, every week, Fred Warner makes it clear that he is involved in that contest. Always has an impact. Beautiful pickoff. He's getting sharper and sharper and sharper.
Yeah, he is. He's really a great player for us.
Aren't you delighted that we don't have to rely, if Jason Verrett, if we can keep his body, I mean, I hope they put him in some kind of a cryonic machine or something after the game. He's got to stay in one piece, Matt, because Richard Sherman is not guaranteed to last all season long either. He's gotten to that point in his career where he can be out 2 and 3 weeks at a time. So if you have Jason Verrett on one side and Mosley on the other, I think you're going to be okay. I mean, you got Spoon as a backup. Got to help us if we have to rely on Dante Johnson too much. I do believe in Spoon more than I do Dante. So if I got one of those guys all the time, because quite frankly, you know, it could be, if Verrett stays healthy, 49ers got to pay him next year because, you know what? And you probably already heard it before, too. If Verrett would have been actually good last year, it was going to be, well, I don't want to talk about it. Never mind. Actually, I think I heard they were going to get rid of Sherm. No, I don't want to get rid of Sherm. We need him for so many other reasons. No. So, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Sherman was such a big piece for us. Still on the team, so.
Yeah, and he does more than just play football for us. He keeps us, the youngsters, in check. He's their counselor. He's their mentor.
Yeah.
He comes out there and shows he displays his own skills as an example. You got to have guys like Sherm. So, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I'm a little worried, though, about Quan Alexander, you know, because when Dre Greenlaw comes back, the 49ers are really going to probably contemplate. Dre Greenlaw is actually outplaying Quan right now. I hope Quan picks it up. Maybe something's hurting, but he's not looking like Quan of last year to start the season. He's a little late on some of his movements. His decisions to do things seem a little slow. Maybe it's early in the season. I could be jumping to a conclusion. We'll see.
Yeah, give him time. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But anyway, anything you want to say about 30 seconds? Anything you want to say about Big Nick before we say goodnight?
I mean, proud of him. I mean, no need to rush Jimmy back. He's played well.
You go. All right, Matty.
All right.
I'll see you after the press
Good night,
conference.
Rombo.
All right, fam. Night.
All right. See you later, man. Bye.
Hey, Marion.
What's going on, East Coast
Man,
in here?
man, you know East Coast. What I'm talking about, man. I thought they was gonna start taking, giving passengers refunds on the revenge tour, right? Yeah, refunds are available at www.weblueit.com. Man, the price is gonna get raised on them seats on the revenge tour. The 49ers are playing this well. Wait till the Stars get back. Oh my God. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Man, what are your feelings on this?
Well, as always, good evening. How are you doing, sir? And to all
thanks,
the
man.
radio audience across the nation. I feel great. You do know we have and total defense with number 3. You do know that,
Right now,
right?
is that right?
That's one
Is there a
thing
ranking?
everybody note that. Yes. We are 3rd in total defense up to this point. Until the Ravens get done with their game, we are 3rd in total defense, and this with backups. Okay.
I didn't know.
So,
Thanks for sharing that too.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, we're 3rd, and look, we're not even mid-season yet. So, I'm just being calm because we got Philadelphia, Miami, and when we get to week 6, that's when I'm gonna get in a real form. Because from week 6 on down, that's when it get personal. Every single game. So so right now I'm just staying calm, one game at a time. Let's worry about Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles, who have no wins, but a tie. And everybody should be back by week 7, based on what I saw. So I'm just hanging out. I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the price of ticket admission have went up
Anyway,
greatly.
who were some of the guys that impressed you yesterday? Guys that you would have never expected to come out and have statement games. I don't care if it is the Giants and Jets. You still got to apply yourself. You could get handed. These are still professional players. What do you think?
Everybody. Jason Verrett, he looked great. Even Dante Johnson had a knockdown. Did you see that yesterday?
I saw it.
Mr.
It was
Old
perfect
Dante
form.
Johnson?
I almost passed out. I said, look at that. Dante, finally. Look at perfect form, technique. Yes.
But I think the for me, it was Dwelly. I mean, Dwelly, man, he came out, as a 3rd string, man. He said, man, look, I got this. Don't worry about it. And to be honest, we really couldn't run the ball pretty much most of the game. You know what I'm saying? One for Dwelly and Mckinnon coming out the backfield. And you saw Jeff Wilson. I told you about Jeff Wilson. That screenplay, he's so dangerous, man.
I love it when he gets off that screen pass. He turns his head around and he looks like RoboCop. His body, the form, get the ball tucked. He's the arm action, leg action. Boy, I love to watch him do that. He's like a freight train running down the track.
It's beautiful.
Look at him go.
He's quick. He's fast, man. So we're gonna be great, man. Well, Nick Mullins did impress me because I was a little weary about him, but he came out and he played his ass off.
Didn't he?
So there's nothing much I can say, nothing much I can't say. All I know is I'm ready to get to Tampa on February the 7th. And I'm going to leave you with that because I won't be satisfied until February the 7th.
Oh, no. Anything less than that, man. You're right. And for this team, anything less than arriving at the Super Bowl is a complete fail for 2020. It's the bottom line, because the team, apparently, the only weaknesses we have right now, serious weakness, is Kyle. If all we got to worry about is the long snapper, we'll fix that. What the hell is wrong with him?
Kyle Shanahan or Kyle Nelson?
Nelson.
What Kyle
no. I'm sorry.
Nelson?
I forgot they both got the same name. No, Kyle Nelson lost his mind in the middle of a game. I can't believe I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I'm not really concerned about that. I mean, he'll figure it out at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Get some.
I'm fine with that.
And stop get some over-the-counter drugs that are legal. Take a couple of aspirin before the game and get yourself together, man. Actually, they were over there handing him tissues. He's sitting there, grown-ass man, crying his ass off. Well, what are you, Kyle? It's embarrassing, man. You're sitting there. Get up. Get over to the net. Start practicing. I think somebody told him that because he was over at the net hiking the ball. I said, come on, man. This doesn't make any sense. How long have you been doing this job? Oh.
At least, Kyle Nelson have done more than Dante Pettis and Simon Thomas have ever did in the 49ers. I'll leave you with that.
Man, that's just plain mean. We got to go though, fam. I'm gonna see you after the press conference midweek, whatever it is. All right.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro.
You too, man. Night. And there he is. Well, a big show. Never forget who you laughed at about Fred Warner being on this team and being picked in the 3rd round. Sincerely, the Big Show. So thanks for the contribution. I have always given you nothing but kudos about that. I didn't know anything. I didn't know what a Fred Warner was. Rico Westbrook, what's up? This is Jamal Adams and Chris Carson injured. Let's see if the Hawks have depth like Joseph Smiley's mom. I didn't see the bottom line. I should have read that first. I'm done with that. But thanks, Rico, for contribution. Hey, Jay, come on in, Jay.
What's up, Ronbo?
Well, Ray, Jay, I know you're not one of the people that asked for a refund on the revenge tour, but Jay, it's looking pretty strangely good. The efficiency I saw yesterday, that was quite amazing, and wasn't nobody home, but the kids. You know what I mean? Your mom and dad, they leave the homes. Y'all stay here.
Right.
There's Finny Plude in the refrigerator. I got some cookies in there in the jar for you if you want to. Don't open the store for nobody. And Jay, you're in charge. You're the oldest one in here. You make sure everybody behaves itself. Anybody mess up, you let me know. So we had that going after everybody checked. I got Sherm out. I got Jimmy G out. I got you got
everybody
Jordan
out.
George Kittle. Everybody's gone, right? So
everybody gone, and the house is spick and span clean, Ronbo. The refrigerator ain't even been really touched, ran through. You know what I'm saying? No guests coming over. We knew what this team was when the start of the season. We just said all we need these players to do is to show up and play football. You know what I'm saying? And the backup guys came in there and did their thing. So I got to give them kudos, you know what I'm saying? Straight up and down, you know what I'm saying? Because if we had our backups and they did terrible, we would blame. We had our backs. Yeah, we had our backups in there. Imagine we had our starters in there. So you know what I'm saying? They played their heart out, and that's what I want to see from my team. You know what I mean, Ronbo? Like
they got hard.
The
they got plenty of that.
And the Dante Pettis. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got talent. So we need players out there going ball, dogs. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I wanted to see because we knew what kind of team we had. You know what I'm saying? We just got a lot of injuries. So we were just like, man, it hurt. You know what I'm saying? It really hurt it. So, but
at least we thought it
looking
would.
like, yeah, and it's looking very promising, Ronbo, and that's what I like to see. You know what I'm saying? We didn't give up. We didn't cash in our chips and say, okay, we're going to just lose every game and try to get a good pick.
Jay, if you were worried about the edge, I think all of us are worried about the edge. Now, I'm looking at the edge now. It's not stardom like it was with Nick and D. But if I put Kerry Hyder on one side, I'm going to put Ziggy on the other. I got Deion Jordan on the and rotating. I believe we have a formidable edge rush.
We do, Ronbo. And it's hard to game plan it that way, too, because if you got to look at it like this, okay, how we gonna attack these guys? You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't got no Nick Bosa, the game plan, you know what I mean? So it's really we like that snake in the grass that you don't know the snake is in the grass until he sneak up on you. fight you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes.
Oh, too late.
Yeah.
You got 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you got 30 seconds and it's over with. You know, that's what I liked about our team. And you know what I'm saying? Ronbo, I've been a Niner fan since '94, so I've been through the thick and thin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
and we've been a lot of thin in there too, boy. Yes.
Yes, it was. It was a lot of thin. You know what I'm saying? And I want us to get back to the Super Bowl and win it. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time since I've seen them see us holding that Lombardi trophy.
The only thing we got to worry about is Kyler Murray. Boy, I got all kind of respect for that boy. You know, because they have
he's Mighty Mouse. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that, Rambo.
It's a matchup issue, you know and they have a decent defense. You know, because the Rams. I ain't worried about the Rams. The Seahawks, that is the worst defense. The first time they play a team that plays any defense, they got a problem, right? As long as you got a half an offense. So you see, the West is there to be taken probably with some amount of ease. But Kyler Murray, my God, I hate dealing with him.
The thing is with that, you know what I'm saying, we got to get up on them early. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing.
I'm talking
we haven't jumped on them early. Yeah, because then that takes away, you know what I'm saying, a lot of what they do. You know what I mean? And that's the same with the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I'm saying? The running quarterbacks, if you could jump on them early and stay on them, you know what I'm saying, where you put your foot on their neck, it's hard for them to come back. You know what I'm saying? So we haven't really jumped on them boys really like we needed to. And it's, you know,
we tried to last year. It's still always a fourth-quarter contest every time we played them. Next time, you're right, though. Go get them. We got to go. I'm gonna see you after the press conference midweek.
All right, Ronbo. Appreciate
and this week
brother.
I ain't playing. I'm going to definitely be back, too. All right, fam.
No doubt, brother.
Night, Jay.
Good night.
And this Justin, he says, completely against Kittle playing this week. Wait until Pat's game to bring everyone back. No sense on rushing the healing process. Nick is playing well. Completely against Kittle. You want to wait? Yeah, you know what, George, you know what it is. George wants to play. And he's probably arguing back and forth with Kyle. Probably every few minutes he's texting Kyle, Coach, let me play. I'm playing this weekend, right? If I'm Kyle, I shut my phone off, you know. George, look, I'll tell you between the last 3 days of the week like I do every week. Come on, man, don't keep texting me. And stop calling me. Hey, Jesus, what's up?
Ronbo!
Hey, Seuss.
What's up?
Oh, fam, you know, man, I'm just feeling good about this team. Because hey, Seuss, honestly, I feel bad about it because as a Niner faithful, I'm not supposed to lose faith. I did get a little worried after I saw Nick go down, and then they said Jimmy's out, but I knew Nick would be okay. I just didn't want to see George go down, and D, I don't know what's wrong with D. He's out. I was like, well, what the? Is the revenge tour over already? No! Hey, Seuss, I ask you that question.
Too early.
Yes. Is the revenge tour going to keep on smoking? Are we going to start? We're going to put the nitrous tanks in it. Talk about what impressed you yesterday. Go ahead.
What impressed me yesterday? What impressed me yesterday, man, was how our offense and Nick Mullins stepping up at the second half. That's what impressed me.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, we weren't clicking in the first half. I'm not going to sit here and lie.
Yeah, it took them a while. First quarter was kind of weak.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we still got to get used. You know, we're still getting used to the Nick Mullins and as our guy. You know, but real quick, man, I got to give a shout out to my brother Shark Attack, and I got to give a shout out to KYM, my boy Chad Garrison, and my boy Ronbo.
Yeah. There you go.
And where's Patrick, my homeboy, at?
Oh, he's gloating because, you know, he'll be around after the game's over. Hey, y'all, Hey, Ronbo told me we'd have the same record come Monday. I know. I told him, man, you know what? Your team you're getting away. You slid past the Chargers. Y'all ain't all that, man. And I didn't know how bad the Ravens were. Ravens look like trash. I mean, they don't play. I mean, even if they didn't play any offense, even the defense, I mean, even if they didn't play any defense, their offense, I thought they were supposed to be a high-powered offense. What the hell is that? So, but anyway.
You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. But all I got to say is that if Nick Mullins puts on the performance like he put on today against the Eagles and the Dolphins, you keep him in there with the hot hand to play the L.A. Rams.
Hey, are the Rams week
1,
2, 3, 4, 5? Rams are week 6. 5,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially if he gets hotter. You know what I'm saying? Because that was Nick's first game in a long time. And even if you have to make excuses to Jimmy, you know what? Let's let that ankle heal one more week, okay?
Well, no, but all I got to say is let's say that Nick Mullins beats, these two teams coming up, and we play the Rams and say he beats them, and, he's on a 4-game win streak, essentially.
You might not take him out.
Real talk. All I got to say is you keep the hot hand. I don't care. Anybody can at me at 49er Empire on your on your thing. I will count on you, bro. I will count on you. I made Joseph Smiley cry. You know what I'm saying? On 49er Empire, you tag me, bro, and I'll count on you like the way I did to Joseph Smiley and all them other clowns in there. Especially Texas boy, especially when you muted me, boy. I ain't finna none of y'all. I'll count on all you guys, all right?
Jesus is ready.
Fuck who you guys are. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't care. You keep the hot hand. You don't stop the momentum. You're stupid if you stop that momentum.
And I agree with that. You know what's going to happen, though? It's going to come down to contracts. Jimmy's getting paid too much money to sit on the bench, unless you're going to trade him this season. So he'll be back. But you know what? Here's the thing. If Jimmy comes in and does a Mitchell Trubisky, they'll do the Nick Foles on him, too. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't losing no games. If Jimmy ain't ready to roll, they'll bring him back in. So, no problem.
Well, yeah, it's like the Brock Osweiler when he took over for Peyton Manning, and Brock Osweiler played like 5 good games, and he starts choking, and then Peyton Manning goes in there and wins the game out there. Mm-hmm. All I gotta say is that you go in there, you don't stop the hot hand, because when you stop the hot hand, anything could happen.
Yeah. It is true. Momentum, if it's swinging that way, you probably do need to stay with it. He'll play a couple more weeks for sure. I don't know how many more weeks beyond that, but I'm sure he'll play a couple more weeks. Well, you know what Jesus is going to do, though? What's going to make you mad and everybody else mad, including me? If Nick does stumble just a little bit, they're going to give him the hook probably fast. It's probably going to be a fast hook if Jimmy's dressed out. If not, he'll continue to finish that game. As long as we don't see CJ, we're cool, though.
Yeah, CJ, nah. I'm done that. No, I don't want him. I'm good. I'm happy with the way how the team's turning up. I'm just saying I feel like we should look at maybe an extra pass rusher. I wouldn't mind trying out Cameron Wake. I wouldn't mind giving him a shot, or Damian Harrison. We need to add.
May as well.
We need to add more depth to that line.
Yes, and get us a long snapper. Hey, so let me see you after the press conference. All right.
All right, brother. Well, give us the Niners, man. I haven't heard you say it all.
Do you need the Niners? You got it.
Yes,
Niners!
sir.
Let me get Niners! For the back Jesus.
All right, brother, man. You have a good night.
You too. Hey, James, come on in, James, and testify on behalf of all that's red and gold. Oh, God.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, James, I'm sitting back here feeling good. I'm just delighted that these guys can carry the load until the big studs get back. And, James, I got to tell you something. That edge, both edges, I was like, I guess Lord Jesus is listening to me when I'm down here crying about my edge. Gave me all kind of edge. Gave us all kind of edge. I got Kerry Hyder playing out his mind. I see Deion Jordan. I mean, coming in looking like he's ready to go. I mean, I got Ziggy Ansah. My boy looked good. He's the one who created that pressure enough to get that sack yesterday. All of a sudden I got plenty of edge rushers. Let's go. James, is the revenge tour still going down the track?
Oh, it's riding right on the track with no problems. It's still going because here's what I do know. Listen, I get it. Yesterday was quite a performance with this football team that we all represent, and it was really something to watch. I mean, because you had production, we seen production from a whole bunch of backups and guys that were just recently signed off the street that we didn't know nothing about, but they plugged right in and they brought the level. And here's one thing I can tell you. Those edge rushers were able to get into the quarterback to either create a hit or to disrupt what he was trying to do because of the impact of 99 in that middle starting to completely wipe out that interior of the offensive line that he's playing against. Okay? Whether it's him and DJ Jones or whether it's him and Kevin Gibbons. They're starting to push that pocket, and I mean they're becoming disruptive, and teams are starting to. I mean, yesterday was a collective effort that it was, to me, it was reminiscent of the old days, like how from the '80s we had all those veterans, and they started drafting younger players, and as Bill Walsh was drafting, they just started to evolve and got better and. Were well fit for what we were trying to do. Now, here's what I do know. Nick Mullins was extremely impressive yesterday, and I know a lot of people would want to, probably say, well,
You go ahead and finish it because you've already started. Midway through the game, they said.
If Jimmy doesn't, right, if Jimmy doesn't get better, Nick Mullins may be better than him. Here's what I do know. Jimmy Garoppolo, before he got hurt, in that Jets game was 14 of 16. One of those balls was a pass that I think Kendrick Bourne dropped, that he was wide open basically. And then he had 131 yards and 2 touchdowns and was barely in the first half of the second quarter. So what I'm trying to say is it the system or is it just that Nick was that great? Because here's what I do know. We've seen Jimmy's game start to elevate in the Jets game with Jet McKinnon, Jordan Reed, Aiyuk was out that game. But, I mean, you could see it. Aiyuk did play against the Jets. This was his second game yesterday. So.
Yeah. He didn't have that big of a role in the Jets game, though. He sort of got taken out.
No,
Kyle used him sparingly.
Jimmy was clicking with Jordan Reed right off the rip because he got 2 touchdowns like it wasn't anything,
Yeah.
And so it's but the bottom line is we're ready, man. We're ready because they're seeing that we're going to have to score a lot of points against these teams, the Chiefs or whoever it may be. We got to put up a lot of points. That's the only way we can help our defense. And yes, I've said it before. Quan Alexander is the next one who I'm looking at as where is he? Because he ain't showed up in these last couple of games. Yesterday they played Al Shazier, and Al Shazier showed up in that game. Him and Demetrius Flanagan-Foles. They basically, Al Shazier, he showed up yesterday. And Quan wasn't on, was Quan on it? Yes, he was on the field, but you didn't really know he was out there because he wasn't doing nothing. He's getting the plays late, tackles late. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with Quan. Maybe him and Kyle Nelson must have drank out of the same bottle or something. What? What's wrong with you guys?
Maybe they go into the same group therapy meeting, but they need to go to another one, okay? Because that one ain't working for them. And this guy having these breakdowns and mental blockages in the game, you're only snapping the football.
I know, right?
It's not like, you're leaping up for a pass to try to make a cloning of a Dwight Clark catch or anything.
Right.
You're snapping the ball. You've been doing it for 10 years. Now, maybe there's some adversity going on that has hit him or something. Well, God bless him. I'm going to pray for him. But if he can't get it right, okay?
Then
10
it's time for
years,
him.
12 years. When it's time to go, it's time to go.
Yeah, we don't have time for you to get better. James, we're going to go. I'm going to see you midweek and see what develops. Hopefully nobody gets hurt in practice. God.
All right, Ronbo. Hey, big shout out to Jason Verrett. Looked really good yesterday. It was 3 balls thrown in it. Four attempts
4 balls.
For 2 conversions for no more than 9 yards. That's
9 yards, baby. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a great evening. Be blessed. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Big shout out to my homie down South Mill. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Red and gold. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Have a great evening. Thank you, Ronbo.
Dude, James. Good to hear from you. You know this. All right, fam.
Yes, sir.
Oh, God. Hey, Greg.
Yo, there he is. What's going on, my man? How you doing?
Oh, Greg, man, I'm just delighted. I actually did, and I feel bad about it, Greg, but I am confessing to my sins. But I says, Jesus Christ, you can't lose this many players of your front line and continue to compete, and I'll be damned if I wasn't out of line. I just look at the numbers. They said they're hey, look,
you got to start believing. I mean, this team has such depth. I mean, these idiots out there, like these jackasses that are on your site with these Seattle goofballs that can't even, hold anybody under 28 points. Their defense is disgusting. I mean, you're listening to them like you're playing a third Division III college team. I mean, these are professional teams that our second stringers are kicking the hell out of. I mean, Kyle called an amazing game, and you got Mullins, who's he's on the verge of he's gonna end up being a starter. I mean, I was telling you that last night.
If it ain't with the 49ers,
I mean, I'm not worried about it because
good.
as the season progresses, it's the way it kind of is playing out. They'll play the Eagles. I think they're going to win that. The Eagles are better than the Giants, but then the Dolphins. I mean, slowly they're getting the guys back. They're going to have confidence. And then once they get to the Sea Chickens, the Sea Hags, they're going to tear them up. It's not even going to be funny. They'll get their little midget Wilson. They'll figure out how to keep him, and then they'll shut down. That's it. It's done. Done.
Done. Because that's what I'm saying. That's why the Cardinals scare me. The Seahawks don't understand what it is to play defense. You're not going to get away with that every week. The first team.
The Cardinals are better. They're better than they were last year. I mean, you can tell they're a better team. But we'll figure out how to. we'll figure out how to stop them. I mean, it's
had
not
the perfect teams
the end
to
of the
play.
world. I mean, you got to.
Oh yeah, the Falcons don't play any
defense.
defense.
Look at Jason Verrett. I mean, he's going to be. I think he's be a lot better than people thought, and then Sherm will come back. I think they're going to be all right. I mean, I'm not going crazy here, but I mean that defense is they're hanging in there with. Yeah. They got some good depth there. I mean, you got to get, and then the offense. I mean, with what we have, I mean, come on, man. Look at the Eagles, right? And you got Carson Wentz, right? I mean, they don't have players they've got more offensive weapons than Kyle knows how to.
They lost their offensive lineman.
But I mean, come on, man. I mean, we're putting up 36 points, and they're putting. I mean, they couldn't even win the game at home in overtime. I mean, come on, man. You got to see the difference,
Yeah, we'll see it next week, and Nick's going to get a chance to pick them apart too. What's going to be funny, if the 49ers defense gets to Carson Wentz and shakes them all up, that could be a game when all the talking heads around the NFL are going to say, why would the 49ers make Nick Mullins sit down and bring Jimmy G in? I can already, Greg, am I right? Watch and see what happens.
Hey, look, I don't rush Jimmy back. I mean, Jimmy, you know what I like, though? I got to say this. I think that Grant Cohn was saying something about this too, but Nick Mullins. I mean, Jimmy needs a fire lit under his behind.
I was thinking the same thing yesterday.
Remember with Montana and Young? You know what I mean? Like it kind of made them better. And Jimmy's gonna be like, all right, now I got to move my ass because this guy's doing pretty well here. And I'm not saying they're playing teams that are below 500. But again, they're NFL teams with NFL players that play hard, and they're kicking the shit out of them with second stringers. I mean, just put it in perspective. These idiots, they don't get. I mean, people are noticing this. It's not just like people are like, wait a minute.
Hey, but Greg,
taking a second look at the Niners, you see the commentators talking about it on ESPN and NFL Network. Like,
one thing though, Greg,
something's going on over there in
San Francisco.
Santa Clara,
But Greg, let me just mention this one thing though, because here's the thing: we're not the only one playing teams under 500. The Hawks haven't played a team over 500 yet.
Oh no!
And
I know.
the Cardinals
they played Dallas and they barely squeaked by, right?
And,
they
got by the Falcons.
Barely squeaked by with these teams, and it's like, they're thinking. I mean, Russell Wilson's playing great. Don't get me wrong.
He is.
But
he always does.
Take him out of the equation, and that team is 0-3. And sooner or later, you're going to get a defense that's going to stop him, and he's not going to put up 30 points. They're going to put up, 15 points. And the Niners offense, they can't stop the Niners offense with the second stringers. And here comes the new. I'm getting. I don't even want to think about it. I'm getting so excited. I want to have a hoagie.
Hoagies are good, no matter what the situation.
I'm gonna have
as long as you have two at one time.
I'm watching the Chiefs here. I'm like, what's going on with the Ravens? Are they this bad?
Yeah.
Are they this bad?
What's the score now?
Jesus, the Ravens are getting killed, 20-34. I mean, at home.
34. Oh my! I left it because I said, okay, the Ravens don't feel like playing tonight. I just got bored, and I said, let me go start the program. Yeah. So.
But listen, when are you back? When's your next?
If Kyle does a press conference tomorrow, I think I'll be back tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll see you Wednesday.
All right, sounds good. All right, listen, I'll let you roll. You got a lot of people waiting to talk, and I want to hit the email here and make fun of these moron Seattle Seahawks fans because they have nothing to do. They troll our site because they're losers and they have nothing on their own. They don't have any Ronbo.
And
there's no Seattle Ronbo. There's just us. Losers. They win a Super Bowl and they think they're the greatest. They got to get to 5, baby. Right, Ronbo? Got to get to 5, honey.
Or at least get to 3 or 2. Quest for 2 sounds comical. Greg,
that's hilarious.
I may see you tomorrow. Otherwise, Wednesday. All right, fam. Hi, Greg.
Buddy, see.
And we go to and here's Justin again. Grace says Grant Cohn is not a reliable source. Grant's opinionated. He is a member of the media, and he's got inside information on a lot of things. But a lot of it, Grant says, is coming from his own heart, and that's fine. Hey, a Big Al.
What's up, Ronbo?
Big Al, man, I'm just sitting there enjoying the 49ers because the 49ers were not about to roll over and play dead for anybody, right? So, and you knew they were going to beat the Giants before the game started because, you're supposed to beat the Giants. You're supposed to beat the Jets. I wish they would have beat the Cardinals, but we didn't get beat up by any stretch of the imagination. And unlike some other teams that don't play defense, we didn't let the Cardinals go buck wild in the scoring either. This is why, Big Al, you can see this team, it's just set up to win. And that's the way it's going to be. So, Big Al, I was going to ask for a refund or maybe get part of my money back on the Revenge Tour seat. But no, I'm thinking I'm going to upgrade to first class. The tour goes on. Big Al, am I right? Is the Revenge Tour still in progress?
I think you're right, Ronbo.
Tell you. Did you see
Ronbo,
some things?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to tell me. Did you see some things in that game yesterday that some players that you didn't expect to kick butt? What did you think?
No, I expected. I think Aiyuk is man. I think he's going to be a problem when they get Debo out there on the other side. It's going to be a problem. But
and the way Kendrick is playing right now, we ain't got no weak wide receivers. I mean, looking good. And there is Dante Pettis.
Yeah. Trent even got a little love yesterday.
I know, right? Only once though. God. Well, that's that's fine. Yeah. As long as he still got it, it looks like he does.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good receivers on our team, man. And Trent, he's gonna have to just take what he can get.
He can get, yeah.
He's not on the Pettis level, He's not on the Pettis level, but
good thing,
you know,
too.
he's gonna be a bottom feeder on this squad. But you know, my Fairfield boy, man, Jason Verrett, he grew up around the corner from me, man. So
that's right. He is a Cali. I mean, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's out here from Fairfield, where I'm from. Yeah, man. So he's. I was excited to see him play. He looked like you know, his old self out when he was out there in San Diego. If he can stay healthy, and we have him and Sherm on opposite of each other, whew, it's gonna be a problem, man.
Pro Bowl corners, boy, old school. And well, Jason's not that old, but he's been around for a while. So yeah, you know, that's he looked good, and he's gonna look better if he can stay healthy.
He's a veteran. Yeah, he's a veteran. He's a veteran. You know, man. Dante Johnson, Dante Pettis. We need to try to package them up. I've been listening to you. It's been a while since I called into you, man. But we need to try to package them up. I see Solomon went down.
Wait a minute.
You know.
Big all of a sudden, and give him a little timeout too. Talker, man. I told you, man. Time him out. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, Big Al.
Yeah, but Ronbo, you know we were in the Super Bowl last year, so. With our depth, we went in there and they didn't play down to the level of the competition. You know, they went in there and took care of business.
I hate when that happens. Agreed.
You know, but what was your favorite thing about yesterday?
Well, the way that composure, because in the beginning of the game, they were struggling a little bit. Nick remained composed. Kyle remained composed. Everybody in the offensive attack, because the defense said, man, they ain't getting nothing. They ain't nobody stepping in this end zone today. And they didn't. And then offense finally got the rhythm. They finally got on track. Even after Jordan Reed left, they just stayed together. That's mental maturity, Big Al. That's the kind of thing that young teams fall apart on. Not these guys. Yeah. They stayed with the program. Yeah. It started taking over, momentum gaining. Pretty soon they was just making it look easy.
Yeah.
Coaching staff too.
And lastly, man, I think the Niners' loyalty to their players are going to pay off. You know, you got Jason Verrett out there. They stuck with him, gave him a chance. The Jet, man. He's as advertised. He's coming around. Yeah. He's healthy. He's out there killing, you know. But one thing I like about the Niners, man, everybody seems like they all have fun playing with each other. They don't get upset. You know, we don't have any Antonio Browns on the team. You know? So
see, and people don't appreciate that. I'm glad you brought that up, Al. A lot of people don't appreciate. We should go get Antonio Brown for what? So he can come over here and start complaining about stuff. No.
You don't need him. This team is cohesive, man. You can see his genuine joy when other players do well, you know, and that's the type of locker room you want, man. But anyway, Ronbo, it's been a minute, man. I'm back on track.
Right. Good to hear from you too.
Yeah, man. So on to back home, Levi's. We got the dirty Eagles, so we're gonna see.
We owe them from last time.
What we got?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That physical stuff they did to us.
Enjoy.
All right, fam. Have a good night. Looking forward to it, Big Al.
All right, man.
Ew.
Niners.
Yes. And is that for? Now, this isn't interesting. 49 Lakers, I love it. $8.24. Now, that takes a sense of humor. I like that. I can use that 24 cents, too. Rest in peace, Kobe, and R.I.P. Jittery G's career with the 49ers and start Mullins. I tell you, we're gonna get a lot of start Mullins. But thanks for the contribution, fam. And also, 409, what's up, fam? Niner for life. It's the only way to be. It's like, you know that T-shirt with the Irish, don't you wish you were Irish? Is it, everybody, we tell every other fan, don't you wish you were a Niner fan? At least you have something to look forward to. Clarence Molina. Yesterday's game shows depth that Lynch and Shanahan have built. And when everyone's healthy, defense comes in waves, offensive versatility off the charts. This is what I'm talking about. This is not even as good as the 49ers are. This is, well, yeah, actually, when you look at the second string backups, this is how good the 49ers are. 49 Lakers, I see you. Thanks, Feb. I like that hippo, man. He's got speed. He looks like Jordan. He looks like a Deion Jordan coming off that edge. We would call it the, because you got a lot of speed, all that coming off the edge now with Ziggy Ansah and Deion Jordan. What do you call that? They'll give a name. Hey, Mark.
I'm with the man, the myth, the 49er fan legend, Ronbo. Hit that like, y'all.
Thanks, Mark.
How you doing, Ronbo?
Mike, man, I'm doing awesome, man, because, I was wondering how much the depth was going to be able to hold things together, and my God. You didn't even
your last caller hit it on the head, man. It's the locker room, man.
Yes, man.
It's the locker room, man. It's just that's it. And the drafts, Shanahan and those guys drafting well, locker room, build a team. This is what you get when you really build a team. That's why the Patriots did it so many years, going through the bench, no-name people. You build a team. That's how you build a team.
Into a program that all you got to do is plug and play. You got a certain skill set, we come and get you. That's why Jerick McKinnon is doing so well. He fits the program. That's what the 49ers do. They go get players that fit the program. I don't care if you're a superstar coming out of school or whatever. Do you fit the program or not? If yes,
and that's why Brandon Aiyuk will have a better rookie season than a lot of those receivers. I don't know what Ruggs did. I know Ruggs is in a system that fits him too. But that's why he will have a great rookie year, because he's in a system that fits him, man. That's it. But, man, I'm excited, Ronbo. Nick, man, he did so well, Ronbo.
He was smooth as silk.
Man, I hope Jimmy. I'm harsh on Jimmy because I like Jimmy. I'm harsh on him because I like Jimmy. And I just hope he was able to go back and watch the film. And when they're watching that film, I hope Jimmy is watching that man's pocket presence.
Okay.
How calm he's in the pocket, how he reads the defense, how he goes through the progression. I hope he's watching that.
I know. I really, because I'm telling you, man, Jimmy, hey, did you see his face, though, on the sideline as he was sitting there?
Oh, yeah.
You can see Jimmy. He didn't. He looked satisfied, but what I was thinking is, hey, Coach, you didn't call those plays for me.
That's the face of a husband of a female actress while she's at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's doing her kissing scene with the actor. You there to support her, but hey, you know what I'm saying? So
he'll be all right. Jimmy probably got full support. He doesn't seem the kind of guy that, how you get some people. Aaron Rodgers was standing on the sideline, and his lips would be all stuck out. He'd be Cindy Love. Yeah. What's that quarterback they drafted? Something Love. Anyway,
I forgot his name.
If he was out there playing, I could see Rodgers, the camera would be on him. He'd have that look on his face that Rodgers has when he's not happy. That's a lot.
He didn't look too happy, man. I want Jimmy to be back. I like Mullins. I hope Mullins gets a starting position somewhere, whether it's with us or elsewhere.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be back up. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
he's too good.
So, but man, I think I'm just excited, man. We pulled through. This is the perseverance tour. This is the next man up tour, man. That's what this is, and I'm excited for that. I do think we need to fix a couple things, and our defense played pretty well considering everything that is going on. But man, Sonic the Hedgehog is pretty much gave the key on our defense, and by that I mean Kyler Murray. I call him Sonic because that's what he looks like on the field.
Man, dude, boy.
These non-mobile quarterbacks, when they're not known for their mobility, they're now starting to do the same little thing on us.
I know, man.
We got to kind of watch that.
What was that?
We got to watch that.
And Josh Allen's got every
film on.
Josh Allen, he likes to run more than Jones, so better be ready for that.
So when you got the 2nd and 8 and stuff, we got to be watching out for that, man, because he's
getting ready to do it. Jack, you know what?
Yep. So,
here's the thing, Mark. What did Detroit do? I can't wait to watch that game. I haven't got around to it yet. How in the hell did Detroit stop Kyler Murray from running? They must have stopped him from running.
I don't know. Kyler
I gotta see that.
Man. I was watching it, and back and forth between him and the Seahawks. Every other play I was back, but he was just off a little bit. He wasn't the same accurate and everything else. He was off. And
see,
they
always win the best game for us.
Yeah. Did Verrett play game 1?
Did you say Verrett?
Yeah. Did he play the first game at all?
No. No, this was his first week. This game was his first game, and he was awesome.
That's good news because we're gonna need him when we play the Cardinals again. I hope he's the same guy. I hope he comes out and has a consistent year and he's healthy because we're gonna need him against what's his name for the Cardinals.
You gotta put him on. You gotta put him on D-Hop. You know what though? If he stays healthy, by then he should be
that's what I'm saying.
The real Jason Verrett. You're right. And if he could stop Antonio Brown, he probably could stop, at least slow D-Hop all the way down. So
yeah. And man, I became a Niner fan when I was a young boy because of Jerry Rice, man, and I fell in love because of Jerry Rice. And then T.O. did it. Well, we've rented a couple wide receivers.
But you
we rented Stevie Johnson. We rented Randy Moss. Crabtree didn't quite work out. I ain't gonna call that a rental because we bought that one. But man, I just hope Aiyuk and Debo can be. I'm a wide receiver lover. That's what the game of football. That's where it started, was the wide receiver position. So I'm just hoping that these guys can bring it back.
And you got about a week or so before you get to see that start to materialize. Mark, we got to go.
Yeah.
Let me see you after the press conference and see what's said.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good one, Ronbo.
Thanks, Mike. You have a good night too, fam. Yeah. I need to issue a warning again, I guess. All right, if you spam, and I have to tell you that more than once, first give you time out. If you do it twice, you're out. Especially, I've told you, don't spam. If you do, you're out. I can't make that any more clear. Anyway, Bourne Niner Lakers, thanks, fam. I'm loving it. Oh, God. Hey, $1 bill. Will.
What up, man? What up, Ronbo?
Will, man, it's just so much fun to enjoy what I thought was going to be a bit of a struggle, because you look at our first guys and you think that's it, right? And everybody else is going to play a little less, right? And they came in and played just as good as starters. I'm enjoying that edge rush, and that's why I thought I was going to be crying the hardest. I mean, hey, it's the NASCAR. That's it. It's the NASCAR rush coming off the edge. I got Deion Jordan, runs way too fast. Kerry Hyder with his plump self. That boy can move that big butt, though, can't he? And then and Ziggy, that's what he does. So I'm telling you, man, I'm feeling good about this now. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, this revenge tour, man, it ain't stopping for nobody, man. I mean, as you obviously see, Ronbo, I'm talking about this roster. Ross, do you remember the championship era Golden State Warriors? We had Steph Curry, Clay,
the Splash Brothers. Yeah.
The starters, right? The starters go in and do what they do. They do their thing like they do every night. And then, you got to sit them down, obviously I sit them down to get them rest, so they can go in, in the previous, the next coming quarters. And then you get the bench out there. You get the bench out there and let them up play out there, and they balling too. And that's what that was win championships, man. Mm-hmm. You gotta have starters that can ball, and you gotta have a roster on the bench that can ball.
You gotta have a bench.
And that's what you're saying. And the perfect thing about this is when everybody gets back, you're going to have a whole team, a whole roster where you can sit the starters and put those guys that's playing now in there, and you won't miss a beat. Because they give them the experience right now. Mm-hmm. They give them the experience right now. So when all the starters come back, I can just sit the starters down, get them a breather, and listen to the other guy that's playing right now in the game, and they still going to cause hell. Mm-hmm. That's the most beautiful thing about it.
And Will, here's the thing. They didn't just squeak out a win. That just shows you how good they are. They steamrolled them. I mean, that's the mark of a good team. They didn't go out there and struggle. They did for the first quarter. They did a little bit. But after that, they just took over. That shows me something there. If they would have struggled to win that game, I'd have still been worried. But no, they just knocked their D's in the dirt.
Our injury list is as long as a criminal's rap sheet.
I know, man.
And we out there steamrolling over teams. And look, I understand people saying that this was the Giants or whatnot. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Giants gave the Steelers hell.
And
they gave the Steelers hell.
And also
but
last
then
week they squeaked that game out. The Bears barely got away.
So you know what I'm saying. So I wouldn't be just saying it's just the Giants. You play who's in front of you.
Yeah.
That's the NFL.
You can get whooping by anybody.
You can't in your schedule and say, "Oh, we playing the Giants." Then you want to call Rodgers Goodell and say, "Look, I don't want to play the Giants this week. I want to play the Rams or the Seahawks." It don't work like that. You play the team that the NFL puts on the schedule, and so you whatever team that you play, you kick their ass.
That's right. Because, Will, quite frankly, if we could play the Cowboys and the Falcons every week, I'd be delighted. I wish we could get that break. But since we don't, it's not the Eagles and the Giants aren't that good. Okay, fine. But everybody ain't great. And the weak teams are the weak teams. That's all there is to it.
Ronbo, the NFC West division, the Cardinals, Rams, and Seahawks, those teams are straight fugazi right now. Because the Dallas almost beat Seattle, Detroit beat Arizona, and the Bills beat the Rams. So they putting on these three teams putting on a front. Dallas marched down the field. Dallas marched down the field and almost beat them Seahawks. But Dak threw the pick, and we all know you can't trust Dak with 2 minutes left in the game.
I know it.
But Dak did march the field. The Seahawks in the trenches, the Seahawks do not have a D-line or offensive line.
Yeah.
They don't. So, I mean,
and the Falcons,
right
is
now,
the saddest story in the NFL.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man, but
that's what I'm saying. If you beat a team up, I don't care how bad they are, you better beat them up to a certain fashion. And we didn't let them touch the end zone. How many points did the Jets score last week?
How many? What now?
Jets. What was the score last week with the Jets?
31-13.
Yeah, see, there's a pattern here. We started off like this last year. Wouldn't allow no points. I tell you, look out, Will. Look out. We're gonna go. Let me see you at the. No, go ahead, finish that.
Oh, I was going to tell you, man, when Aiyuk and Debo, when Debo gets back, Debo and Aiyuk going to be a problem. I'm sorry. It's the team that's going to fall victim to this duo. It's going to be funny to watch. It's going to be fun for us to watch, but it's not going to be funny for the other team to watch.
George is coming back with him. So, All right, Will. I'll see you maybe tomorrow if they have the press conference. All right, Bill.
All right, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to my TNT fan, man. Play up on the Dre Trey Triz, Big Show Russo. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey Joe, Sheik, 2 all them guys, Super Bowl 55. And 1 be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They beat the San Francisco 49ers. Rest to be announced. Got the Rams. Going to score 3 points. Lost Super Bowl and lost to the Bills this past Sunday, and they broke. All right,
Will's always got those wonderful sign-offs. Not a mic. Forget about it.
Hey, Ronbo. How are you, Ronbo?
Doing fine, fam. Not a mic. Cause see, the thing is, if the backups were kind of a mystery. I mean, you got guys like Kerry Hyder coming in looking like all-stars. I mean, I got my rookie Aiyuk coming in. I mean, what is this?
Mystery to who, Ronbo?
I know, right? Let me speak for myself on that, right? You knew, didn't you?
Listen,
I was just
I'm
didn't know
gonna
how good.
say it like this. I'm gonna say it like this, Ronbo. There's a couple of things, but first thing, I didn't call in last night because I was too excited. I thought, hey, I want to get to Nick Mullins in a minute, but the first thing I want to say is, the defense, Ronbo and Salah, what he's doing over there with all of the backup players and everything on defense is just it's amazing. It's amazing to me. And you know what I thought when I knew we had the game, not when I thought, when I knew we had the game, Ronbo. You know when that was? That was in the third quarter. When, they already went forward on 4th down early in the game and they disrespected our defense, right? Because they got the 4th down. They barely got it, right?
Yeah.
But then the freaking bastards on their own fucking 30-yard line have the balls to try to go forward again. And you know what the boys said?
They
No, not
said,
today.
"Fuck you, pay me." That's what they said. They stopped them and they said, "F you, pay me," and they collected, Ronbo. And I felt like right then and there the game was over. I knew we were gonna crush them. After that, there was no hope because you know damn well, you and every other 49er faithful knows they don't go for it on no fourth down on their own 30-yard line with Nicky Bosa and Solly T out there in the rest of the game. You know they don't do that.
All right.
And they went forward early in the game. They disrespected the squad, and the squad stood up the second time around and said, "Fuck you, pay me, get the hell out of here." And that's exactly what happened, Ronbo. And listen, I couldn't be happier for my boys. Now, I want to get to the second thing. Nick Mullins. I said it from the moment we got him. Listen, the only knock, and I want everyone to understand this, and you could do your research on the kid. The only knock on the kid was his arm strength because he's kind of small. Well, I got news for you. Nicky Mullins is in his 4th year in an NFL training program, off-season program, and he ain't small no more, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Them throws he made yesterday were real friggin' big, Ronbo. They were real big. He made some real big throws that you have to have an arm to make.
Yep.
And he made them. And he made a statement in that game. And let me tell you, I don't know if it's this thing, his little infatuation with Favre, because for those of you that don't know, he's all about Brett Favre, all right? And everyone knows when you play a sport and you grow up idolizing someone, Ronbo, you know this. I know you've seen enough players, all right? When you grow up idolizing someone in a sport, your game tends to resemble a little bit of that player because that's who you try to be. You know what I mean? When you're playing. And he plays like that. It's why he wears number 4. He went to Brett Favre's college at Ole Miss. He broke almost all of Brett Favre's records. I'm telling you, listen, Ronbo, this kid, he's a special kid. And I'm almost ready to call somebody to get a hold of Shanny over there and tell him, listen, don't trade Nick Mullins. I don't give a shit what they offer you. Don't trade Nick Mullins because Jimmy G is good. I won't never knock that, all right? All right, Ronbo? We could all agree. Jimmy G is good. But let me tell you, Nick Mullins is special,
solid.
Rombo.
Really solid. I didn't want him traded. When they start talking, you know, I mean, a lot of 49er fans, hey, we can get a second, third round pick for Nick Mullins. Let's go. Oh, I don't know about getting rid of Nick Mullins.
No, not
what
even
if it takes too long to
not
train somebody to play that offense?
And that's why Kyle didn't, Rombo. That's why Kyle didn't. People called us about Nick. People called us. They was trying to get him. But Kyle sees what we see. Nick Mullins has what it takes between the ears to run his offense. That's something that the great 6'5", Men's Warehouse model smile that Jimmy G has, all that other stuff. All right, that stuff is great. He looks like the prototypical quarterback, and that's cool. You know what? Ryan Leaf looked like the prototypical quarterback too. Now I'm not saying Jimmy G's a Ryan Leaf. So all it is before you start writing your comments on there, don't get your head knocked off with your own brain over there, thinking too much, all right? I'm saying that at the end of the day, Jimmy G's good, but Nick Mullins is special, Rombo. You see it, I see it, Kyle sees it, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of faithful that see it out there too.
No doubt.
All right? But that's all I want to say. Listen, I love you, Rombo.
I love you back, fam.
Thanks for letting me. I appreciate it. Shout out to you, Rombo. I love you. I love the Niner Empire, the Niner faithful. All of you have a great week, and look forward to talking to you later on in the week. All right, Rombo?
Can't wait. Niner Mike. Have a good night, fam.
All right, Rombo. All right.
And, okay, look at it. We've got a Chiefs fan here today, and thank you for the contribution, and there you go. The message is up there if you guys want to read it. There it is. 406, you're in Montana. Hello.
Hey, Rombo, it's 49er Brian.
49er Brian. I thought we had your name in the register. 49er Brian, what's up, fam?
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Because the 49ers, I'm glad that we are that kind of a team where we can lose people, but we've lost a record amount of people, and we're still crushing teams. The teams you're supposed to crush, you know, a lot of teams around the NFL would have struggled with both the Jets and the Giants, having lost the percentage of stars and frontline players that we have. Not the 49ers. The 49ers, the annihilation. We don't care who's not here. We're kicking your butt. You know, I said, look at this. So I'm proud of them.
Can you imagine if those shit-eating Seahawks would have lost Russell Wilson? Where they'd be right now.
Oh, so over.
Yeah.
And they've already lost their Jamal Adams, their big-time defender. I'm going to be watching that game next week and laughing my eye off. That's too much. Their defense already sucks. And now they lost their top defender.
Yeah. I can't remember. Who's the quarterback for Dallas? I can't remember his name because I don't care.
He goes by the name of D.A. I think it's Dak.
Oh, the Dacker. Yeah, the Dackeroni guy. Yeah, Dackeroni. I watched that. I watched part of that stupid game between the Sea Crappers and the Dallas Cow Ladies.
Neither team playing any defense.
I mean, I think I would have rather watched the Jets and Giants play each other than those two crappy teams.
Or maybe
I think the Jets and Giants are a better team.
Oh, yeah, them playing against each other. It's like getting a sharp stick in the eye would be an option, too. I mean, if you're bragging about how great Russell Wilson's greatest quarterback of all time, look at that. Well, hell, ain't nobody playing no defense. Well, how about that?
I would like to ask. I would really like to ask Joseph Smiley and Texas Boy. Hey, do either one of your teams know how to play a goddamn bit of defense?
No.
I don't think so.
Shootouts.
Not at all.
Shootouts.
And we're going to cream you guys. You guys are going to be shitting Seahawks dirt here in a few weeks. You know it. It's coming your way, boy.
Most unprofessional display of defensive efforts seen all over the NFL. Hey, but before we get off into those silly teams, what did you think about the Niners actually from top to bottom, from Nick Mullins on down to all of a sudden Jason Verrett? What is going on with the 49ers with all these names that aren't headliners?
Right, and hey, what about our rookies? My goodness, our rookies are just
growing by the week. You know, I'm delighted.
We don't even have half our guys, all our guys that are coming back. Oh my God! You're gonna make me crow on this one because you know how much I hate Jimmy Ward, but Jimmy Ward had an amazing game. You know,
J-Dub. I tell you, I don't even say anything anymore. I let people say, but I'm not gonna bother anybody about J-Dub because you know what? He was having problems for a while staying on the field, but I knew that wasn't the issue with him. That's all it was.
Every time I talk to you, I tell you how much I can't stand Jimmy Ward, but this is the first time I'm giving him props. He came to play yesterday, so
oh God.
Man,
we need to get Quan Alexander. We got to fix him though. Quan's got to get better.
Oh.
He's starting to worry me.
Yeah. I wonder if that injury's still not, 100% yet. I just wonder.
Or did he re-injure himself and refuses to tell anybody? Because you can conceal pain and they won't call you off. But he's not.
I noticed one play where he let a guy go by him and he kind of seized up a little bit. So
the aggression's not as good as it was. He doesn't seem like pursuing with the same spirit. I don't know what's going on with him, but maybe they should check him.
And Tommy Testicle, whatever. You can kiss my ass.
All right,
you're a little punk. You guys need to get out of our chat.
Brian,
you guys.
Brian,
these guys, I'm telling you, Ronbo, these guys live in the basement of their parents, and they have nothing better to do.
They're just, it's inferiority complex. That's why they come in to say the same things every time. It's okay.
Not one of them would get into an octagon with Brian from Montana, 49er Brian from Montana. You boys come up to Montana and get in an octagon with me, and we'll see how manly you are.
Brian, it's getting to build some people up. I love it. hey, but Brian. Next week though, you got the Eagles. And now we're going to see Nick Mullins. I have a feeling he needed this week to warm up, which is a good game to warm up on the Giants. Next week, I anticipate him really busting out. The guy knows the offense, and the players seem to respond to him really well. Are you excited about that?
Oh, yes, I am. I think he's re-energized our team overall, don't you think? I mean, that's the way he's playing.
Yeah. I just hated Jordan Reed got hurt. I think that game could have been ridiculously high. We scored 40 points, even with Reed having the touchdown getting called back. Brian, you know what? Jesus, we're out of time. Brian, let me see you tomorrow after the press conference is tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you the day after.
Okay, Ronbo, thank you very much. And I love the fam and all the haters. Get out of our chat and die.
enjoy Brian in the octagon out in Montana. Night, Brian.
Yep. Bye.
Hey, KC. KC.
Yo, Uncle Ronbo.
What's up, dude?
Oh, man, I'm ecstatic right now, man. I can't wait to see Nick Mullins again, Ronbo. That's all I'm thinking about right now, man.
He was pure fun, wasn't he? You know what, though? I don't know why the 49ers got started off so slow. You know what, though? It could be only because they had to get out there. Nick, first game back, full game, because he had a little bit of game before with the Jets. But this is the first full game. They start off a little rocky, and then all of a sudden they turn into a machine, especially around the end of the second quarter, or middle through the second quarter, and for the rest of the game. Precision shots. Everybody was on time. The ball was right where it needed to be. And contrary to what some people believe, it's the Jets and the Giants. No. You can beat any team if you execute your offense efficiently, as the 49ers were yesterday. I'm juiced. That team looks solid. They are ready.
Yeah. Speaking of juice, too, man, he really went off yesterday. I mean, he just leads the charge, and his vision really is can't be understated what he does for the team.
Yeah.
Ronbo. Ronbo, are you on the same page with me that you might have to get a new banner here pretty soon, Ronbo? Or
a new banner?
Yeah, man, you might have to put the kid from Little Rock, Arkansas up on there, right next to Montana back there.
I don't know if you can find a fathead for Nick Mullins yet. So if anybody can find one, if Nick Mullins turns into the starter, I'll search it out. I'll get it.
I just mean to say, like, Ronbo, if you were coaching, would you with Nick's with his age, with the injuries on the team this year, do you think it's and with Jimmy just really sucking against Arizona, do you think it's a good thing to let Nick go from here, even if Jimmy is healthy?
No, Jimmy Garoppolo's still the starter. Anytime you bring your backup quarterback in, it doesn't mean he's supposed to just take over unless something's unless you pull your starter because he was playing bad football. Jimmy wasn't really playing bad football.
Against Arizona, he was, and he's been playing scared.
Well, honestly, okay, be honest, Casey. Did he look bad last week against the Jets when he got pulled out of the game? He went 14
to 16. 14 out of 16 is but that's nice. But when you're doing 5-yard, you run
the plays.
Honestly, Ronbo, I think Nick is clearly a better player than Jimmy today. I think that.
No, I'm not. A lot of people do.
In 2017,
I'm just answering your question. I'm just answering your question.
Yeah.
You pull a guy when he's failing. Last week when Jimmy got taken out, he wasn't failing. Kyle Shanahan calls the plays. No. You run the play. If it's a short shot, and the 49ers run a lot of screens. Nick ran a lot of screens and short passes yesterday. It wasn't all bombs. So it's going to be a judgment call.
Was Alex Smith failing though?
He went out with a concussion.
You know what I mean?
They wanted to start Cap anyway because that was Harbaugh's guy. But Jimmy's actually Kyle's guy.
To say,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm set on Nick, man. I think Nick is that kid.
But
did you,
Casey, did you ever like Jimmy though at all?
I love Jimmy, and I'm not saying Jimmy.
No, I mean, did you like him as a quarterback? Did you ever like him though? See, this is the thing.
If you
most of the guys who never liked Jimmy.
I love Jimmy.
I mean, you think
No, I love Jimmy.
Yeah.
Like, for real. And in 2017, when Jimmy came into Seattle against and put when Jimmy came in 2017 and scored on Seattle in the red zone, he was like a knight in shining armor. He came, we started the season with Brian Hoyer, and we all fell in love with Jimmy. But in all honesty, he's had a pretty bad catastrophic injury, and he looked like he was playing scared against Arizona. And I think Nick has a higher ceiling right now, and I think it's with the injuries right now, it might be the time to.
Scared against Cardinals? He didn't look scared. Wow. Some people see different things. I don't see fear.
I think he was running for his life. I think he was seeing ghosts, Ronbo, honestly. I really
do. Pressure was getting through the offensive line, and just like right now, Nick actually had decent protection most of the time yesterday, except for a couple of plays. All I know is I saw Jimmy look good before he went down.
Lion too.
Well,
you can see it in his eyes, man. Nick's ready, man. I'm on the Nick train right now, and
that's okay. That's okay. I'm not ready to give up on Garoppolo though, because I think he has a bigger ceiling as long as he's out there.
Well, I'm not saying give up on Garoppolo. It's just I don't think that I don't think what I'm saying will happen just because of the nature of Jimmy's contract. But I think they're in good hands. However it works, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Nick can do.
All right. We'll see as it goes forward. But I really think this completely garbage, throw Jimmy to the trash, I think it's premature. Let's see what Nick looks like for a couple of games. If you're only going to give Jimmy one game or two games, you give Nick a couple, and you go to the next guy too. Then
I don't know. I just think it's a little quick. Sample size, though.
I know. I think it's just a little.
I think it's a good sample size. He beat the Seahawks in overtime. There's things we forget about Nick.
KC, we got to go. We're overtime. All right, so we're trying to keep it down. All right. In case he plays, I've already stopped people from calling me Uncle Ronbo. Now they're giving me crap on the chat. Just call me Ronbo. And when we see you on social media, if you insist on calling me that, it's okay. Okay? All right. Have a good night, fam. All right. Hey, Alex. See, the reason I say that, I only got the kids call me Uncle Ronbo, but every adult's not supposed to. It gets silly. Alex!
What's up, Ronbo?
Alex, man, did you see that game yesterday? What were your feelings? I keep asking, is the revenge tour train going to keep on rolling?
It will, definitely will. The defense, led the way of the whole game. They didn't allow the Giants near the red zone, the 30-yard line, I think. That was incredible. Javon Kinlaw was eating up that O-line of the Giants. Kerry Hyder. Deion Jordan got a fumble recovery for his first play at the Niner from the practice squad.
Oh, man.
Jason Verrett.
I love these guys. Tell you, I can't wait to see what develops further. Because as long as they stay out on the field and get reps, they could actually – can you see somebody losing their job?
I don't know.
Oh, God. So we're going to see.
Do you think when Emmanuel Mosley comes back, you think Jason Verrett, if he's still healthy, who's going to win that job for number 2 corner?
There's the number one thing right there. You know what? That's true. Because actually, from what I remember reading, if Verrett would have panned out the last year, Sherm's contract was going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
So
we're thinking that.
Although I'm glad that didn't happen. I don't want to see Sherm leave, because
Yeah,
Sherm means more to this team than just playing cornerback. This guy is like a leader, a mentor. He keeps those guys focused and in the game, right? So we'll see. Because Verrett's got to stay healthy. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. But Verrett, in 2014, he shut down Antonio Brown. It's who does that? Who shut down Antonio Brown, ever?
Nobody.
Yeah.
That's why if he plays back to his peak, that's the perfect guy. Because the Cardinals are still bothering me. If he can come back, if he can stop Antonio Brown, he can stop DeAndre Hopkins. We need him.
I think I heard that Daniel Jones had more rushing yards than the Giants running backs.
I know. Every time he ran it, he picked up 20 yards. This is what I hate about these guys.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's faster than Jones or anybody else in the NFL, right? This is why he kills the 49ers coming out of that pocket. This is what worries me to death. So,
Yeah. I think Quan Alexander's getting there a little late, on the read options on mobile QBs.
I've seen it twice yesterday.
Maybe he's a little slow. He's just not the same as last year.
or something's wrong with him, and he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to sit down because he gets injured kind of easily. I just don't know what's going on with him. It's kind of strange because that didn't look like Quan Alexander from last year when he first started the season.
Yeah.
So he's not. He's getting beat too easily.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But
We'll give him more
Warner
time. Who?
Warner had a great game.
Of course, Fred Warner
got
always
picked.
has a good game. There's a guy that if he gets injured, we got trouble because he just does too much.
It hurts to lose Nick, but that's like the key piece. But we still got this. I believe in this team.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. You look at the guys we got to play the edge. They're good. They're serviceable, and they'll make sure that defensive front stays effective. But they're not Nick and they're not D, but they are good. So you know what? That's all you can ask for. Just give me somebody formidable coming off the edges, and then you can still continue to be a dominant defense. So yeah, we'll be okay.
Yeah.
At least I think so. The offense is. Go ahead.
The offense. I like Nick Mullins, but when Jimmy comes back, put Jimmy. People saying start Mullins. I know. But Jimmy's our guy, man.
Yeah, those are people who didn't like Jimmy and refused to wait for him to get warmed up. He started the first game off a little shaky, granted. He wasn't excellent.
But that's the Cardinals. We always suck against the Cardinals.
I know, right? No matter who's quarterback. And Nick would have had the same problem. It would have been the same, but nobody believes that. Of the people that don't like Jimmy are never going to believe that. The second game against the Jets, I saw Jimmy coming around. I'm sorry. I did see him coming around. He got hurt, and they pulled him out, and Nick came in and finished the game. But
he was on fire.
Yeah, that's not enough to throw him out. I don't think so. Let's see what Nick looks like this week. If he looks solid again next week, though, I may have to jump on the, okay, let's go with Nick, but I got to wait. All right, fam, we got to go. Because I got to hurry out of here soon. Let's see you after the press conference, okay?
All
right, fam.
Yeah. All right, Ronbo. Yeah.
And hey, Johnny V, thanks, fam. Appreciate those donations. You know that? It was donations? Donations. Thanks, fam. Hey, Elliot.
What's up, Ronbo? You can hear me?
Elliot, I get you loud and clear, man. You know, Elliot, man.
Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
All right, go ahead.
2 seconds.
All right.
All right. Well, let's talk. Go ahead.
All right. You know, I'm sitting there gloating and talking trash because I'm thinking, you know what? If the 49ers have already sent a message to the NFL, the revenge tour has not been canceled. Nothing was more clear yesterday. They came out there with the spirit. They came out there fighting. I don't care what silly people don't understand a professional player is. You beat the Giants, you beat the Jets, you beat anybody in front of you, or else they're going to beat you. That's the way it works. And the 49ers ain't having it. I'm loving it.
Well,
Tour ain't not been canceled.
I'm going to start off with this. Shout out to the Giants and shame on the Giants for 2 things. Allowing a bunch of backups to come out there and tear your ass up. your whole team, not even just the team, the coaching staff, they finna get tore apart because of that. I'm gonna start off with the offense real quickly because I know you got a bunch of people.
Go ahead.
Let's start off with the offense real quickly. Man, shout out to Jared McKinnon for being, coming out to be the player that we wanted him to be.
There you go.
I'm so grateful to see Jeff Wilson Jr. get time because I always said, look, he should be a person that we implement even with our starters. I'm so happy to see Jamal Hastings get some time. I'm cool with everything he did. It wasn't much, but it was enough to give him confidence. I'm grateful to see Aiyuk come out and be something that he was like. I'm gonna be honest. He was a definite mini Debo Samuel.
Yeah, that boy looks like he's been man.
He was a mini Debo Samuel because we used him in the same way that we used Debo Samuel. So to have him come out and do this stuff, it says, yo, we have alternate options. Awesome. Going back to Nick Mullins, I'm probably might piss off a few of our callers. But look, at the end of the day, what I'm gonna tell you is this, Ronbo. I know what I know. I've been watching this game too long. Anybody that don't like what I got to say, call me out. I would definitely get in your face all about it. Listen, I'm sorry, Lord have mercy, Nick Mullins. This is what I think about Nick Mullins. I truly believe had Nick Mullins got under the center way before, he couldn't, but had he got under the center before we decided to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, we probably wouldn't have traded for Jimmy Garoppolo. Nick Mullins, I believe, because Jimmy Garoppolo has had the ability to learn from a great veteran, and he has more game experience. But it's like 8 to 10 games more game experience. It's not a year, 2 years, or none of that type of 3 years. It's just a few games. Listen, man, Nick Mullins, that's just why I kept saying the same thing. We cannot keep Nick Mullins. We do have to trade Nick Mullins. People don't want to hear that and everything. Nick Mullins is the Steve Young to Jimmy Garoppolo that he was to Joe Montana. At the end of the day, what I watched and what I seen, and I'm not going to oversize it. Look, it's the Giants. They trash. They, terrible for y'all to do what y'all did and lose the way you did. But what I seen is the difference between him and Jimmy Garoppolo. I actually believe he has a better grasp of the playbook than Jimmy Garoppolo. Why? Because the man takes his drop and he gets the ball out of his hand. He makes a decision. He definitely was precise about his throws. And the only knock we had on Nick Mullins was you just need to get your arms strengthened. Not you need to learn the playbook better. He ain't turned into a statue not one time like the young lady Denise said. Listen, Garoppolo turns into a statue. That I can totally agree with. He turns into a statue. Be like, what? You made your drop, and here you are standing there in the pocket, and he did a double spin that totally destroyed my mind against Arizona. Bruh, throw the freaking ball away. Mullins would throw the ball away.
We out of time.
Mullins would checkmate.
That's true. But you know what? The wide receivers are running their routes a little better now. I think one thing that we need to understand is sometimes when Jimmy did that is because somebody was screwing up a route, they were late, or something else was wrong. Because I noticed he never had that problem with Jordan Reed.
I agree
Jordan's
with that.
polished.
I agree with that. I'm not knocking Jimmy G.
No, I'm saying
I'm not knocking Jimmy G. I love Jimmy
we're out of
G.
time,
That's
though.
my guy.
We got to let's continue this midweek because this is a conversation that could take a long time. Because we're going to compare the two. I think next week we'll have a better sample to be able to see. But as long as the receivers out there looking like they're looking, we're good.
If you can get online and give us the opportunity to talk about those two, I would appreciate that. I have a lot of stuff to say. I just think that he was more precise and ready to go.
No, he was.
At the end of the day,
there was no doubt about it. Elliot, you got Twitter or anything like that?
I don't mess with that kind of stuff, man. I'm on Facebook, and that's it, man. And I mess with you. You know what I'm saying? And try to do whatever I can on that. But if I got to, I'll make sure I do what I got to do to get on the show and to get, whatever it is, you Twitter, whatever it is, email, I don't care, man. Just show me, just send me something or whatever it is,
we can talk. Okay.
Much love to you.
I understand.
Much love to our 49er faithfuls and everything. I'm cool and everything, but at the end of the day, it was the Giants. I'm just hoping that I just really think Nick Mullins can.
We got to roll, fam. Because otherwise we got to run overtime. Let me get you the midweek. Be back tomorrow probably after the press conference. All right.
Oh, you back tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get. If Kyle has his press conference tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow. All right.
All right. We can finish this up tomorrow. I always got a bunch.
I know you got plenty, but folks is waiting, fam. All right. Let me see you tomorrow.
Have a good night, man.
You too.
Shout out to the 49 faithfuls, man, and we'll just enjoy this dub. You know what I mean?
Makes it feel better.
And of course,
do you want a cookie?
Want me to tell what's up, Ronbo?
All right. Hey, all right. Hey, little man, tell him good night. All right, Elliot, we got to go, fam. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Justin, go ahead.
Hello?
Justin, yes.
What's going on?
Just that we stopped selling tickets on the revenge tour, and then all of a sudden, looks like we're going to be selling tickets again. The 49ers ain't playing. It's like the backups we play maybe bad teams, but people better recognize that wasn't our first string team that did that job. This is what I'm saying. The lack of respect for the 49ers, you ain't beat nobody with the Giants. Hey, who do we beat them with? See, that's what I'm talking about, Justin. This team is legit from the first guy to the last guy. Oh, revenge to his own. Am I right?
Yeah. Here's the I was listening. The revenge tour, for a lot of reasons it could have gone wrong, right? We lost Nick Bosa. We lost Solomon Thomas, and Solomon Thomas is on the contract here. And everybody's all down because, there were so many people we could have taken him instead of him. We could have taken Patrick Mahomes. We could have taken, a lot
Everybody's
of
mistake on that one, though. He got drafted
and
number 20-something?
Yeah. And it's looking like where it's going to be one of those times where the 49ers are going to at least do something both. They're either going to adapt or they're going to perish. And the 49ers are adapting. Everybody's making excuses for the Broncos, who are 0-3 right now. And everybody's making excuses like they don't have Drew Lock, they don't have this.
They got Jerry Jeudy.
And how many injuries do we have? How many injured reserve people do we have? We have a lot of people in injured reserve right now, and we didn't sit and sulk and get all depressed. Damn, we just lost Nick Bosa. We had Tavon Austin, who had a phenomenal camp, go to injured reserve with a hip injury. And so it's things like this, sets us apart from every other team where we're different. We're built different. It's next man up mentality. It's that revenge tour mentality. It's that legendary mentality. It's next man up, and the 49ers have progressed. I'm not saying that Jimmy G was actually doing really well. Before the injury, he was doing really well. Could Nick progress in the system, or he eventually becomes and takes the reins? Eventually, maybe. I don't know yet. K1, he has to step up to. He's not playing where he was last year. Last year, he was playing phenomenal, but for some reason this year, he's not playing to where he was, and that is a concern for me. Do I think we're probably going to trade him? No, I don't. Or cut him? No, I don't, because that linebacker crew is really great, and I don't see us going backwards because if you guys remember, our linebacker crew is so bad that Eric Reed had to be linebacker one time. So so I don't see us going backwards on that aspect. But I do not see Kittle playing this week. I honestly don't want anybody playing until probably the Patriots game. I really do, because health is important, and then I like how Nick is playing right now. No sense of rushing Jimmy G back. That ankle sprain is like a 4 to 6 week span, so give him 2 more weeks to heal. Give him 2 more weeks to heal. Nick is playing fine. I don't want to see any CJ Beathard out there. I really just want Nick to calm down in the pocket. Don't force it. I noticed he was forcing it a lot. He was forcing it to Bradbury's side a little bit. Even though McKinnon was open a lot of times and he did not see, just forced it sometimes. It worked out for him sometimes, and it didn't work out for him sometimes. He only had one completion. And he only had one incomplete pass the second half. That was on. He essentially threw it down.
Yeah, he was on fire in the second half. Yeah, started off a little slow, and then picked up. Got better. Yeah.
So I do expect a good game from. I do want Nick Mullins out there against the Eagles.
I do too.
And the Eagles are not.
Yeah.
Because the Eagles are not playing really well. Jalen Hurts was out there. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts was out there.
Maybe they're better than the Giants.
That's how bad it was.
Sure.
That's how bad it was for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts was out there. So
did he? Did they bench? They bench Wentz?
No, they just gave him a series. They gave Hurts a series. That's what they did. They gave Hurts a series to see what we could do. But I would expect if Carson Wentz, here's the thing: the 49ers we are struggling. So, and I'll finish up with this. We had a great game. Yes, we had a great game. We're still struggling on those quarterback runs. We're still struggling. We allowed 57 yards from Daniel Jones alone. That's not okay at all. That is not okay.
Just we gotta finish this up tomorrow. Okay. Let me see you tomorrow. All right, fam.
Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all y'all be safe and wear your mask and wash your hands and make sure you all take care of yourselves. All right, man.
All right.
Stay safe.
Night, Justin. Omar Lopez. Thanks, fam. He says Jimmy is better, Ronbo, and that's facts. That's why it's like you can't get overwhelmed by one performance. That's all I'm saying. You wait before you just make that decision. Eli or Guerrero.
Yeah, Ronbo.
Girl, man.
Ronbo.
I know you will not cancel your ticket on the revenge tour. And we have people in the chat still, man, it's not a revenge tour. We didn't start this. The revenge tour started by Quan Alexander and George Kittle. If anybody has a problem with the revenge tour, a slogan, then go give them grief. I'm just on that train. I have no problem. Well, are you on the revenge tour train?
Of course I am, Ronbo. Come on now. Jeez.
I ain't getting off.
It's a good, how would I put it? But anyways, I was almost falling asleep. I had one eye open and the other one kind of but anyway,
blinking back and forth, right? When you're watching your favorite TV show, that's the thing. One eye is closed because you're already out on one side of the head, and then the other one's still trying to watch. Oh!
Yeah. Ronbo, you know how the Seahawks are winning stuff like that now?
Because they're not.
What happened last year with us?
They're lucky playing teams that play no defense, just like they do. So they end up winning by 49 to 40.
But anyways, yeah. And watch, when we get to play them, we're gonna have their first loss by us. That's what happened last year with us. So they're having fun right now, but once they get with us, they're going to start crawling out their own territory.
Different story altogether. I look forward to that game. And that same routine they keep running with DK Metcalf getting behind the defense. If J-Dub and company allow that to happen, you know what? He should get a touchdown. I'm looking at both games, and there goes DK Metcalf. He's behind the defense again. How much film do you have to watch to know you can't let him get behind you? Plus, stay with him. Because I seen a guy playing pretty tight. It was pretty good. I forgot that guy's name. But he didn't do it all game long. DK Metcalf, Grell, you've seen the play, right? He's jogging into the end zone. And the guy comes and knocks the ball out of his hand. I couldn't stop laughing. DK was my guy out of the draft, but that play was comical. I had to laugh at him. Oh, God. Hey, Miguel, who made you crazy yesterday in that game, though? I mean, who do you think was like the dude yesterday?
Man, what's this guy's name? What number was he in?
What position?
Oh, Aiyuk.
Oh, yeah. See.
Man, he was so, wow. It's like, Mullens, are you kidding me? This guy is playing real great. And Jim is just looking at him like sweating himself up, saying, shit, is he taking my position?
And, he had the mask on, so he couldn't really see what was going on with his face. But I was watching his eyes. His eyes like, man, guy's looking good.
Yeah, he didn't want to look. But yeah, he has a great backup quarterback, man.
300, 340 something yards, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to beat that team. Beat the hell out of them. They don't have anybody to stop you.
Did he get any picks yesterday?
I don't
remember if he got a pick.
No, he didn't. I don't think he didn't get a pick. One bounced up off of one of the 49ers. That's when we get picks, that's what happens. I think one bounced off one of the players. I don't think so. I think he...
No, huh?
I don't think he did. He did one against the Jets.
Oh, well, yeah. And we didn't even have to punt the ball, huh? With what's their name? Giants. No, we always got every time we got the ball, we'll score.
I know.
We didn't have to give the ball back. It was good. It was a great
It
game.
was
I
scored almost
loved
every
it.
time. We had full control of that game. Guerrero, we gotta go, man. I'm gonna be back probably because I'm trying to keep everybody to a time limit tonight.
No problem.
But fam, you
No
know I love
problem.
you. Hey, see you after the press conference.
Thank you so much, man.
Hey,
Take
thank
care.
you, Guerrero.
Have
Appreciate
a good
you,
night.
fam. Hey, appreciate you,
Okay,
fam. Hey, have a good night. All right, Brian. No racism on this chat. All right, no racism. No racist comments. I'll take you out, and you will be banned. Don't do it. Hey, John V, come on in, man.
Ronbo, my man.
Yo. Brian,
My brother.
I mean, John, it's like there's so much. We went over this yesterday. But you know what, John? The thing is, the reason I said tonight is, you know what? I feel a little guilty because the fact is, I was getting concerned about the revenge tour. But then I said, you know what? I read an article today. 49ers sent a statement to the NFL. The revenge tour is not over. There's the thing today that asks, is the revenge tour over? John, your feeling on that?
Ronbo, it's a detour. It's a revenge detour for me, brother.
I like that too.
It's a detour, brother. We're going to do this a little bit different. We've got to dig deep into our bag of tricks and into our depth. So it's a detour for me, my brother, for sure. But look, Ronbo, a few callers back. I mean, we're going to sit here and we're going to really lower our standards here to the media and shit on Jimmy G. Listen, Jimmy G is the quarterback that's executing Kyle's playbook. Nick Mullins is simplified version of Kyle Shanahan's playbook. He's rolling out play action, and these are all the things that are holding Jimmy back. We've said this before. Why aren't we utilizing Jimmy the same way we use Nick?
Thank you.
We that was 2017 Garoppolo right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Nick Mullins wearing the mask, bro. I mean, come on, man. This simplified version of the book is why we defeated the Giants. Okay, the Giants, blah, blah, blah. Let me see Nick against a ridiculous defense that's got their hands in his face, that are knocking over Mike McGlinchey 16 times over again. One guy spun his ass upside down. Let me see a defense come at Nick with everything they got. And let me tell you, let's see if Nick Mullins executes.
Yeah.
Come on, Ronbo. Tell me how you feel about that.
I was during the game yesterday. I said, "Oh, Kyle, why do you make Jimmy just stand under center and wait for the defense to come and get him?
Right.
Why don't you?" I couldn't understand it. So and Jimmy's probably thinking the same thing on the sideline. I said, that's
sure he is.
That's weird. Why? I knew that's what he should have done in week 1. But no, stand there, Jimmy. Stand there and wait till your receivers break out of the route and hit him on stride. I said, come on, man.
Are you trying to kill this dude? I mean, do you want a reason to put Nick in? I mean, what the hell is going on here, dude?
And, John, that's exactly why he got hurt. Had he not been standing in the pocket, everybody calls him a statue. No, it's what Kyle Shanahan's calling. He stands there, and the guy came and tackled him. It was a late hit. It was low. And another guy comes and jumps on him. Well, Kyle, that's your fault. Basically, God, stop calling that play.
It's his fault, Ronbo. Honest to God, it is his fault. I'm so tired of Kyle Shanahan trying to make Jimmy G the prototypical Kirk Cousins. You didn't get him, goddammit.
Right.
So quit,
Perfect.
Like, this is bullshit. Use Jimmy the way you use Nick, because we've said it before. You've said it before. Jimmy's completions were ridiculous when he rolls out.
Yes.
Out of play action. What the hell, Ronbo? I'm so tired of all this, the stigma that Jimmy is lesser than Nick now. God, just feeding the headlines, Ronbo. It's pissing me off, dude.
I know.
Only Niner fans that know how Jimmy can play the game know exactly why Kyle Shanahan is not utilizing him the way he was. It doesn't make any sense.
But John,
I just can't.
I think Kyle has this thing about quarterbacks staying in the pocket. He'd rather do that. But I thought he was the guy who would pretty much redesigned play action so that way you fool the defense because you run out of play action, you pass out of play action. Jimmy's percentages are highest out of play action, but yet he still insists on Jimmy stand under center, take a couple steps, drop back, and fire. But the receivers aren't always in and out of their routes. There's all kind of things going on. You can see the field better if you can move around anyway. But no, stand there and wait.
And I believe you can extend plays, Ronbo. Look at that shithead Russell. I mean, he extends plays on his legs all the time. He's running around. He drops back 15 yards before he throws the damn ball. So I don't know, Ronbo. Let's talk about it later, man. Whenever we get a chance, I'll let you get going. I know you got calls.
All right.
Ronbo, my brother, I love you, man. I love your
you
show.
back, fam.
I love everything you do for me. Appreciate it all. Take care of yourself.
Thanks,
Night.
John. You have a great night, too. Oh, God. It's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Big show. Come on in, man. You notice I gave you props.
How are you, Ronbo?
But I just want to know. I've been giving you props about Fred, just about on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I just like I like pulling your leg. You know me. That's why we get along so well, even though we disagree a lot on everything, pretty much almost. But John stole some wind out of my sails a little bit. But I'm gonna say, people, calm down, okay? It is the New York freaking Giants who are horrible across the freaking board, okay? They are number one. They're ranked 27th in passing yards per game out of 32 teams. So, of course, Jason Verrett is going to look like a Pro Bowler out there. And the way he looked in 2017 when he was shutting down Antonio Brown. But let's be real. He is not that Jason Verrett anymore, okay? So we need to calm down about that. Yes, he did play well. But we got to keep focused. Emmanuel Mosley, Richard Sherman, and K'Wan Williams are our starters, okay? They're injured right now, but they will be back, and they are our starters. And no, Jason Verrett is not going to beat out Emmanuel Mosley for that position.
You don't think so?
Okay.
So, I mean, no. When he gets back to, if he could stay healthy, he's going to get better on a weekly basis. He is that good.
Bravo, you could have been out there intercepting passes from Daniel Jones. Okay.
Daniel was.
Calm down.
Daniel was. He was a little suspect.
I mean, let's calm down, take 3 deep breaths, and stay focused on who the real starters are. Okay, that was our second string, third string team out there balling out because nobody has game plans for them and nobody has film on them, and they don't make time for them to.
But you got to appreciate the fact that they did step on him. I mean, you didn't fool around.
Of course,
it wasn't a struggle. They clowned him. You got to have that. If they didn't do that, yeah.
Of course, they did a good job. They did their job, but let's be focused on the bigger picture. Focus on the real starters and stop with the Nick Mullins is going to start over Jimmy G crap because that is not happening. Okay, Nick Mullins at best is a 7-9 winning quarterback. Okay, whether people want to believe that or not, look at the pedigree Jimmy G has and look at the pedigree Nick Mullins has. It's night and day. Jimmy G is a better quarterback. He has a better intangibles than Nick Mullins has. That's why we paid him $127 million over Nick Mullins. Okay, stop. These are the same people that want to bring Kaepernick in and back to the team and fail to realize that Kaepernick digressed severely and the team figured out how to stop his run. They took the run away from him very quickly. And even though we hired Chip Kelly, who was supposed to be a perfect marriage, that never happened. Those are the same people that want to start Nick Mullins over Jimmy G in your chat. So stop.
I know. It's and I expected that because a lot of people really just don't like Jimmy G. So whoever came in and had any kind of success, it was going to be get rid of Jimmy.
Kyle Shanahan.
Well,
Kyle Shanahan even flat out came out and said he had no plans for his receivers game 1 against the Cardinals. There was no game plan. That's why he activated 4 tight ends that game and only, 4 tight ends that game and only 4 receivers that game. So that he flat out came out and said that he had no game plan for the receivers because he wanted the 2 tight ends. Wow. I believe I read a tweet. A reporter said that he had no game plans for the receivers.
Because the offense did look pretty vanilla. That was pretty strange.
Exactly. He was wanting the 2 tight ends. Jordan Reed, he was wanting to get, I think, was Jordan Reed playing that game or no? No, he wasn't playing that game. But anyways, he had plans for the.
One series.
I
He
think
didn't
so.
play
I'm not
much.
sure.
Anyway.
But that is exactly why Jimmy looked the way he did that game. He didn't trust anybody that was out there. You know, Brandon Aiyuk wasn't out there, neither was Deebo Samuel. Those were his two security blankets right there.
Okay.
And he even flat out came out and praised Brandon Aiyuk a ton and developed chemistry with him right away when he came onto this team.
And that's gonna get better too. Show good stuff.
And if you want to make, and if one more quick point, and if you want to get there's one piece that we're missing on this offense, and that is that vertical, fast, speed, direct guy. And if you want to make Jimmy Garoppolo a better player, and to properly time those routes that Kyle Shanahan loves throwing deep down the field, you need to get that speedster for Jimmy Garoppolo.
You do. That's part of Shannon's. That's part of his. That's the. And I've been crying about that since the season
started. That's the bread and butter.
Yeah. All right, Joe.
Yeah. All right, for sure. All right. Take care, everyone. All right.
Have a good night, Joe. And Carlos Lara, Big D, Nick, or Jimmy G. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, let's see. Emilio.
Can you go to somebody else and then come to me?
Okay.
Kind of like where I'm at.
Okay. Hey, Shay, come on in here, Shay.
Yes. Yo, Ronbo, what's up, Ronbo?
Shay, man, I'm telling you, man, because I'm telling you, Revenge Tour is like, if we got the kind of backups we can afford to lose how many? Shay, have you ever took account of how many first string guys we got out? There must be at least 6 or 7, right? So
I think there was a report that was like 8 playmakers are out or whatever. I know we just lost Jordan Reed too for another 6 to 9 weeks.
8 weeks. Good God.
Oh, 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah. I mean, damn. The injury bug is hitting us hard this year, right, Ronbo?
But we keep going, which is strange. We'll see what happens next.
We keep going. I mean, but we have to win these games, though. Like, anybody who doesn't think that this is a must-win game, we have to, because literally after the Dolphins, we're going to have the Rams, the Patriots, and then Seattle. So that is a tough stretch. And then after Seattle, we will have Green Bay and then the Saints. So that is a tough stretch, man. And we don't play, I think, the Bills, I think we play Washington. Yeah, we play Washington, the Bills, and then the Cowboys. Like, I think week 13, or no, week like 11 through 13 or something like that. So we got a tough stretch in front of us, man. Anybody who doesn't think these are must-win games, we have to win these games.
Yeah, no, you got to win these games.
Even have a chance. So, but I mean, there was a couple calls back. I think his name was Casey or whatever, and he was like really trying to hype up the Mullins thing. Yeah, man, we're gonna have to shut that shit down real quick. Listen, we've already seen Mullins and what Mullins is. When he was battling Beathard for a QB spot, yeah, he was good enough to beat Beathard and win out that job. But like, let's be real here. Let's be honest real here. The backup QB's job is to always be prepared. I mean, Nick Foles looked prepared, right, when he stepped in front of Mitch Trubisky, and he came back win against the Falcons. The backup's QB is to always be prepared if something happens. Nick Mullins was prepared, and he looked good out there. But again, Jimmy Garoppolo is the one who's making the $21 million a year. He helped get us to the Super Bowl last year. So let's not disrespect that guy and all of a sudden try to call for his job and try to replace him with Nick Mullins. Yes, Nick Mullins looked good. He looked good, man. But let's be real. Jimmy Garoppolo was the starter. It was against a trash Giants team, and I don't see anybody saying he had the highest Pro Football Focus score last weekend before he went out on that broken ankle, and he still played when he hurt his ankle in the first quarter. So I don't want to hear it, man. Jimmy was balling, and he was doing what he's supposed to do against a trash team, and Nick Mullins looked good against a trash team. So at the end of the day, Ronbo, I don't want to hear it. Jimmy Garoppolo is the starter. He gets paid like it, so he will start. Okay, and people are absolutely right. He needs to stop with that skittish look. I think Arizona's a way better defensive team than the Jets or the Giants are. But I mean, I think when all the pieces come back, Kittle comes back. We got Aiyuk and Debo on the same damn field. When we get Mozart back, I mean, let's see how good he looks then against real defenses, and let's see if he can win his games. Because y'all really forgetting the Saints game that he put the team on his back that game and was throwing dimes and going head to head in the Mercedes Dome with Drew Brees. So like, come on, let's not forget these things, guys. I know recency bias is a mother, but you guys gotta remember, man, the guy who got us there was Jimmy G, So let's stay true to who we are and ride out with Jimmy G until the wheels fall off. It's that simple. So, all right, Ronbo.
Well, yes, I
I'm
fully
telling
agree.
you right now.
Yeah, you got it. Knee-jerk
And-
reactions. You got to relax. Don't get carried away over
Yeah,
one game or
it's
so.
recency bias,
give it a
man.
minute.
We,
Yeah.
we all fall for it, Ronbo. We
I know.
all fall for it. But come on,
I
guys.
know.
But shout out to Jason Verrett. He does look good, and I disagree with my brother TNT Big Show. Jason Verrett is a better man cover than Mosley. Mosley's a better zone corner, but I think Brett's faster and has better instincts. He shows flashes. I think if he does keep playing well, he will actually outtake Mosley's job because he just looks like a better corner, and that's just as real as I can put it. But I mean, let's beat these Eagles next week, Ronbo. Again, thank you for this platform, Ronbo. Shout out for everything that you do. Shout out to my TNT brothers, Will, Dre, Trey, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Russo, all my guys. And Ronbo, again, thank you for the platform, brother. And you have a good night, man.
Thank you, Shay. Shay's got style tonight, don't he? Shay, I'll see you later in the week, okay? Night, fam.
All right, Ronbo, take it easy.
Oh, God. Let's see if Emilio's ready. Emilio!
Well, I don't know if it's too loud or not, but I'm gonna make this quick.
Okay.
What's been my slogan the last couple of weeks, if you remember?
Let's see. Something you really emphasize. Emilio, I can't remember right now. What was it?
Okay. All quarterbacks suck. It's up to the receiver to make them look good.
Yeah, that's
So
what it
with
was.
that said, with this said, if Bourne would have caught that ball, everybody would have been going 8-6.
Yeah.
If that Reeves would have been a touchdown, people would have been 8-6. So relax. If you switch him and put Jimmy would do the same thing. Like I said, I get it with people, let's put Mullins in and he might do better. I'm like, no. I'm like, Mullins is not going to be on this team. He's going to get traded. Or they're going to release him, which they don't want to do. They'd rather get something for him. The only way Nick becomes a starter if they tell Jimmy, you know what, Jimmy? We're going to go with Nick. Thanks for being our quarterback. Have a nice day. Other than that, Mullins is gone. He's not going to stay. So people need to let that go. You need to realize that now. He's not going to be our quarterback. Unless they officially tell Jimmy, we're done, we're moving on, we're done with Nick.
You know, Emilio,
like I said,
how long do you think they'll do that? I kind of feel sorry for Nick because he doesn't want to be a backup forever. He probably is a starting caliber quarterback. Do you go ahead and get – because there's trade offers are going to come in for Nick, especially if he starts next week and the week after and he does well. And the 49ers are probably all for that. They're going to make sure he does start the next 2 or 3 games because I think they're pretty much – the 49ers do want to stay with Jimmy. I'm thinking pretty much they probably want to do that. So, but you can get a 3rd-round pick. The better Nick plays, the more trade value he has, right? Let's see what happens next.
No, they trade him. If they trade him, let's say he does start Sunday. It might be a chance that Jimmy goes back to start. We don't know yet. Depending on Wednesday, we'll find out on Wednesday if Jimmy's going to start or Nick. You know, if Nick starts, it'd be great because we can take another break. Then we play Miami. Then we can play the Rams. But if he plays, we're going to get a 2nd-round pick for him.
Yeah,
I see that. That's the highest you can
I want a
get.
2nd-round pick. Nick, get a 2nd-rounder if you do, yeah. But, Emilio, think about this for a minute,
This is the only way that yeah.
What do we do without a backup? The reason why I'm selfish, I don't want Nick going anywhere. As long as Jimmy's there, if we got Nick and Jimmy, we're never going to be weak at that position, right? That's the only thing that worries me. Because CJ ain't it.
It'd be, the only way I want to keep Nick too because it would help. It's a backup for us. Something never happens to Jimmy. We got somebody, but it's just not going to happen just because we too many players. We're going to go on a free agent and trying to pay. But it's just not going to happen. So if Nick Mullins plays and has one hell of a game, people are going to ask him. So it helps. Us. He's not going to be on the team. Everybody needs to let that go. If they're not going to make him the starter, they're going to let go of him or Jimmy. It's one or the other. You're not going to keep up. It's not going to happen. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's just not. You can't pay both. You cannot pay both of them. You just can't.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're going to pay Nick another salary, what are you going to pay him? Because you can't. What is that? What do they got him under? He's they've got him in the UDFA contract.
Got him at the back. He's got him at the backup. You're not going to do that with him now. He's not going to go for it. He's going to, I want more money or I want to start. It's going to be one or the other. You can't do both.
Or I want to trade.
It's just not going to. It's not. You're going to have to. You're going to trade him. That's just the bottom line. He's going to get traded.
Well,
like I would want to keep him. Like I said, we would have a good backup, but you just don't see it. You don't see it happening. The only thing I would want to do is have him. The only thing I would want to do, like I said, if he does play on Sunday, have a hell of a game, then you got to shop him around. Get us, like I said, at best, the number 2 pick. So that'd be perfect. We would win. We would win out of that.
But if he does win, look for the get rid of Jimmy chance to get louder. It doesn't matter who we play.
Yeah.
And these are also people who don't like Jimmy to begin with. That's understandable. But if Nick does a really good job, he'll bring over people that were maybe on the fence, and even guys that do like Jimmy may start that way too. We'll see what happens though. All right, Emilio.
That's what I said. Well, like I just said earlier, quarterbacks suck up to the receivers. Like I said, if you had Jimmy in there and these dudes would be making these catches, we wouldn't even talk about that. This quarterback somewhat controversial, some guys like that.
I hear you. All right.
People have their own opinions. This is how I feel about it. Yeah. You should pay attention to it. Quarterback sucks. It's up to the receivers. Make them look good.
I agree with that. You got to have good receivers. All right, Emilio. I'll see you later on in the week, all right?
All right.
All right. And we go to, hey, Frank.
What's up, Ronbo?
Frank, it's all about the revenge tour. And the 49ers have sent out the message. If anybody didn't see the memo, the revenge tour is still on. Frank, if we win next week, we're 3-1, and in the following week, every damn body comes back. If you didn't get a chance to beat the 49ers before now, it's too late. Here come the horses. Oh! So I'm saying, is the revenge tour still in progress?
Shout out to you, Ronbo.
Thanks, man.
I mean, I agree with Big Show to a sense, Ronbo. Like we got to calm down, man. It's the Giants, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I know we can't, help who we play. Like Will said earlier, we don't make the list.
But you better beat them.
But but you got to be. And we did what we supposed to do. That's what I like. We did. You got them teams that we better than. You supposed to beat them like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I agree with Big Show though. Like we got to calm down on the Nick. I like Nick Mullins. I ain't taking down from. I think Nick.
No, he's solid.
I think because Nick. Yeah, no. He a good backup. He decent. Yeah, he been sitting behind. He been on the team. He been with us for the last 3-4 years. So he knows the playbook. You know what I'm saying?
He's all 4 years.
Yeah. So he know the playbook. So he did with the whole team. The one thing I can say, we beat on depth wise. Only thing that scared me, Ronbo, I ain't hear nobody say. Only thing that's concerned me is the corner situation, Ronbo. Dante Johnson scared me, Ronbo.
He scared me,
Ronbo. Like, I mean, that's what hurt me, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully this game right here, Rhett looked like the Chargers a little bit, but I want to see how he looked.
He needs more weeks.
Yeah, I just want to see how he need more weeks. Yeah, I want to see how he look when he go up against, another top receiver. And I want to see how he looked then. But I'm going to give him his flowers now. He played a good game, so I'm going to give him his flowers. But right now, Ronbo, we like the Philly coming up now, so we got to take care of business. Same Philly looked terrible. So it should be the same result that we got out of from the Giants we should get from Philly.
Yeah. Because their offensive line, Philly's offensive line, I understand, has got 2 key players out, and that'll make a difference. I don't care how good a quarterback he is. This is why I ain't mad at Carson Wentz. I understand his pain, but they must really be bad because they're just killing him. I think we'll see what happens there. But the 49ers ain't going to give him no break either. Oh, man.
No. Yeah, we got to keep our foot on their necks. Keep going. I mean, so we doing what we supposed to do. The team that we better than, we supposed to beat them like that. You go and get the job done, take care of your business. That's what we supposed to do. So keep Jimmy and them. I'll bring Jimmy and them back when we play the Rams. After the Miami game, that's when it gets tough. That's when that stretch with the Rams and Seattle and New England, Green Bay, the Saints. That's when it gets tough after Miami. That's when I bring probably Jimmy back.
Frank, you know what worries you about that though?
So,
Jimmy needs a warm-up game to get back in sync, because you know how in practice it's just not the same. This is the only thing I worry about with Jimmy's comeback. If he comes back against a good team, he needed 1 week to get warmed up on. I got to tell you though, Frank, the Dolphins have gotten a little tougher. The Dolphins will be the toughest team we see in this next 2 weeks. Because Dolphins.
So you think bring them back for the Dolphins?
Maybe. Let's see what Nick looks like this week, though, because you don't want to pull him if he's doing a great job. But Jimmy needs a warm-up game. It's the only thing that worries me. And the Dolphins are pretty solid. Fitzpatrick is playing really well. They got some guys playing defense that really are playing defense, too. So we'll see.
Yeah, the defensive line look good. The rotation, man, solid. He did a great job. But I'm going to see how, like I say, also the Giants, they line that they're good. So I want to see how they look. I just want to see how they continue the progress, each week. So I just want to see how they look coming up now against Philly, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to give them their flowers. They did good. The defense, Jordan and Hyder Jr. and Ziggy, all of them, they feeling nice. They feeling nice. Even the one Kinlaw, the one thing I like about Kinlaw that Buckner didn't do, he don't put his hands up to bat down the ball.
Yeah, that is really, and his timing on that was perfect.
And that's what, it wasn't what the Kinlaw do that a lot. He did it in college, so that's what I like about Kinlaw that he do that Buckner didn't do.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna be good, Ronbo, man. We just got to go try to beat one game at a time. Just focus on Philly. I ain't worried about Miami right now. My focus on Philly. One game at a time. One game at a time.
Frank.
Looking at it. I know you got to go, Ronbo. I love you, man. Thank you for taking my call. Shout out to TNT and all the Empire. I love y'all. Everybody be safe, man. So I'll catch you when you come back on, Ronbo.
Looking forward to it too, Frank. Have a good night, fam.
Okay, have a blessing. You too, Ronbo. Okay.
All right. And I see you, Bernard Book. Thanks, Bernard. He says, we aren't going to trade Nick. He's the best backup quarterback. Get rid of CJ. Bernard, thank you for the contribution. Bernard, you can't get nothing for CJ. As a 49ers, going to look at this from a business perspective, and CJ could be on this team for the next 5 years. 49ers just give him that minimum, and he's just happy as he can be because he knows he can't go anywhere else. Ellis!
What's up, family?
Ellis. Man, I was getting ready. I was thinking about getting off the Revenge Tour train. But then I saw the 49ers sent out a message to the NFL, the Revenge Tour is not over. I said, oh, what you say? Boy, you fired me up now. See, because I'm looking at what happened, and the depth on this team can actually keep the 49ers afloat. Now, I don't know if this unit can beat the Rams or the silly Hawks. Well, the Hawks don't play no defense. You get them shootout teams, anybody may win. And you saw that yesterday with the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys just could have won that game just as easy as the Hawks. It wasn't about superior team. It was about who had the ball last. But that's here nor there. Right. But what I'm thinking is, I want to see these guys get tested, just because I'm curious. How would they do against the Rams? The Rams are 3 weeks away, right? But actually, we'll see. But Ellis, your feeling on the Revenge Tour, is it still chugging down the track?
I mean, man, look. This is we set the stage, man, at the end of the day. And our backs against the wall. We just lost, a great deal of players. We've had, in my eyes personally, from what I've seen, I haven't seen anybody lose as many players as we have, especially key quality starting, factors on their team. So we got our backs against the wall more than anybody in the NFL, and yet and still, it still looks like we haven't even taken our foot off the gas. It still looks like we got the same intensity. We got a backup, quarterback. We got, second, third string running backs, defensive, linemen, defensive backs. receivers, and we're still playing at a high level. So I don't see. I mean, I really don't care. Revenge tour, call it whatever you want. We coming for everybody's head. I don't know what the hell else there is to say about it. We coming for blood, and it's time to just keep this momentum going and keep beating up on these teams. Yeah, with the Giants and the Jets, and the Giants are actually better than the Jets were, in my opinion. Especially with their Daniel Jones. That boy was getting loose. With that ball, man, he was getting us on those. He was getting us on those on those read option plays and stuff like that. So. And, so we got to be careful with that. Teams are going to be looking at that. Anybody, any teams we play, they got running quarterbacks, they're going to be trying to use that against us as well. So we got to make sure, that we're tightening up and getting prepared because, the game could have been different. I mean, you take away those 3 turnovers, shit, it might have been a totally different, game, or we would have to just.
Or closer. Because
Yeah,
Carson Wentz is
what
going to be
I'm
running this
saying.
week, too. You're right. Every quarterback look at the 49ers.
Yeah.
That's their weakness. Oh, man.
Yeah, well, Carson, he better just calm his ass down before he gets his spot taken. He better just settle down because Love is waiting for him, waiting for his position.
You know what, though? If he runs around the wrong side, Deion Jordan is fast. I do like him for that. If he's going to set the edge, anybody coming around that corner is going to get met. He may be perfect for that particular assignment, but you never know when they're going to do that, so you can't keep him out there all the time unless he's starting. So Figgs could be Hyder. I don't know. Ziggy's going to start or not. They maybe haven't decided that yet, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's a good point. And, my thing is Carson Wentz ain't nowhere near. I don't think it's faster than Daniel Jones was. Daniel Jones was kind of hitting it pretty quick and stride and was getting upfield. So we won't be. Hopefully, Carson will sit his ass in the pocket, be a good boy, and take those hits and throw a couple of picks and just take that L, man. Just go ahead and bow out quietly because like I said, we're coming for blood, Ronbo. We got to get ready. We can't afford to lose any more division games. I mean, we got to really go hard. We got to make sure this one loss against the Cardinals. I mean, we really don't even need 2 division losses. It'll be shaky just having 2 division losses. So we need to be making sure we close those games out just as much as we are these other games. And we got the potential to do it. I hear everybody arguing about the Jimmy and Nick shit. I'm not even going to get into any of that because it's all opinionated anyway. And Nick Mullins is playing like a starter right now. I don't give a shit what anybody's talking about. And Jimmy heal up and get ready and come back with a vengeance and make sure that he needs to make sure that he's ready to come back and really play at a high level because Nick is knocking on the door a little bit. I'm just saying because if let's just say hypothetically Jimmy doesn't come through, then Nick will be replacing him. I mean, I don't see us keeping CJ and getting rid of Nick and keeping, Jimmy as well and just seeing it being a toss-up between those two. It would behoove, Kyle to try to retain a Nick Mullins more than a CJ Beathard to keep in, with him and Jimmy. That's a much stronger duo quarterback-wise.
Agreed. Now let's pull up here. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow if Kyle calls his press conference or the next day for show. All right.
Oh yeah, man, and Jet McKinnon and all these guys, man. We nobody got it better than us, Ronbo. So let's all just let's just all enjoy and bask in the moments, man, and get ready to smash on these Eagles, clip these wings on these birds next weekend.
All right.
Or this weekend. All right, champ. Shout out to you always, family.
Thanks,
shout out to the Niner faithful, man. Hit the like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you midweek, family.
All right, fam. Night, Ellis.
All right.
Good stuff.
Peace.
And hey, Jason.
What it do?
Jason, man, it's like I'm enjoying the fact that I read an article there. I laughed because it says 49ers memo to the NFL. The revenge tour is still on. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody thought the 49ers was dead meat because we done lost all the frontline players, just about every one of them, except for maybe 5 or 6. We ain't dead yet. You agree with that?
Hell yeah, Ronbo. We're just getting started, man. I'm happy to see Nick Mullins tearing it up, because that only means that Jimmy G needs to step it up. So happy to
built
see
a
that
fire under him.
going. I'm pretty sure it's fun in camp to see.
No, it is. And I like a good competition like that. You know, you're right, because Jimmy knows that he can do some improving. And also, I think there's some misunderstandings as to what's going on. I thought Jimmy looked good last week, but those who like Nick didn't see it. So now the push by some is bring Nick in and get rid of Jimmy. I
don't know. I
understand that
definitely-
pain. I don't know if that's a good idea, though. But I don't know. What do you think?
No, I'm with you, man. I would keep Jimmy G, but, I mean, you're right. Last time he played a heck of a game. I was just wondering, like, why do you think he does that? I mean, he was playing scared, but he was playing badass. So I don't know if maybe, it's something in his mind.
No, it's because Kyle, the offensive line every now and then, you notice how the rush was in the backfield immediately? I think that does shake him up. Some of us have noticed, why does Kyle's seeing the same thing we're seeing? If the frontline offense is getting exploited, then don't make him sit there. It's not like we don't have Julio Jones, we don't have D-Hop, and we don't have Larry Fitzgerald in the lineup all in the field at the same time. Our receivers are not going to get in and out of the routes in a heartbeat and beat their man. So sometimes it would be best, Kyle, to stay and play action and let Jimmy give him a little time. He can find a receiver. If he doesn't find a receiver, you're seeing weird things. A lot of people think that's just him. No, it's Jimmy getting destroyed before anybody gets in and out of the route, and the defense is already in the backfield. Now, granted, he could go off schedule, and he does sometimes too. And say, Jimmy just says, "Damn you, Kyle, I'm getting out of here," and then he moves out. But he doesn't. He stays disciplined. He doesn't leave the pocket. That makes me mad sometimes because I know he's following directions, but it's getting him killed, and it hurts his chances to score and make plays. But we'll see what happens. I think Kyle needs to cut it out, though. I mean, he didn't do that to Nick. Yesterday, he made sure Nick had a chance to roll out of the pocket and make plays. Nick went off schedule on him, too, a few times, too, which was good. God. Because Kyle's like this
sir.
thing.
So anyway, just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there. You know, I'm still rooting for Jimmy G and Nick Mullins. I mean, he can bring it up.
Yeah.
He can step it up the next game as well. But, I mean, Jimmy G's our quarterback. The end.
Well, that was short and sweet. We'll see what happens.
All righty, Ronbo. Take care, man.
You too, fam. Have a good night.
You too.
I do look forward, though, to the return of all the receivers, including – because you know what? Jordan Reed and George Kittle alone, they make it easy for any quarterback. Hey, Mel, bang, bang. Mel, I can't hear you, Mel. Where are you? You know, because I got.
Is that better?
Yeah, hey, that's perfect. All right, Mel, come on in, Mel. What's going on? Because my thing tonight is the 49ers. The game ain't over, and what George Kittle said is still on. Him and Quan's revenge tour has not been canceled. Yes.
No doubt. No doubt. What's good, Ronbo? Thanks for having me on the show, man. I appreciate you.
And appreciate you getting in here, Mel. Always love your perspective. What do you think of there?
No doubt. Man, I said that in week 2 when everybody was panicking. I said it already. Like I expressed, I believe it was just yesterday. How many examples do we need to see from this team where, a top gun goes down and he's replaced by a backup, sometimes even a rookie backup. And and whoever's backing them up comes in there, man, it fits like a glove. Everybody out here can get it done, Ronbo. All of them.
And they do. I don't know what Kyle's feeding them in that locker room, but people come out there feeling like they should be starting, and they look like it. Oh,
no doubt. And yeah, man, when Jimmy comes back, Jimmy's going to ball out. Oh, and to speak to the whole, Jimmy Garoppolo, Nick Mullins deal. First of all, this isn't a situation where we have to try to down one
to praise the other, man. Both of these guys can ball. Both of these guys can help us win. So, that any type of hate is not necessary. Hating on Jimmy because you don't like him or whatever and want Nick to start is not necessary. Hating on Nick, talking about how he's just a backup, how he just played the Giants. A lot of teams are going to play the Giants, and not all the quarterbacks, even starters, are going to do what Nick Mullins is able to do. So that's not even necessary, man.
But Trubisky couldn't. Yeah.
Right. So we're just in a really good situation, bro. We're in a very, very good situation. So I'm just looking forward to it. Oh, yeah, so to speak to earlier as far as why Kyle doesn't have Jimmy playing like Nick, I could be wrong, but I'm never wrong. So
I love the way you followed that up, Mel. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I told you I was wrong this one time in second grade, and I just hated it, so I never did it again. And but Kyle, look, we have the weaker part of our schedule, beginning of the year. Nobody had any tape of anybody else because of the COVID and everything. So Kyle, if you don't know how he coaches by now, let me tell you how he coaches. Every move that Kyle makes is to set up something else. So everything that he's putting on film right now is to set up the games that are following. So when these guys watch tape of us, they're going to be looking at certain things, and Kyle's going to play off of that. I don't know how many times you have to hear it or if you've ever heard it, but they put little things on tape, Kyle does, to make defenses and defensive coordinators think that he's going to do one thing, and it's to set up something else. So I seriously and highly doubt that Kyle's plan for Jimmy Garoppolo, or any quarterback, but especially Jimmy, is for him to just sit in the pocket and not move all year long. He's setting everything up for the second part of the season. So by the time we really get into the bulk of our schedule, he's going to start doing more rollouts with Jimmy and just setting up different things. So
that would explain letting Nick do all the things that Jimmy should have been doing, because Nick's not going to continue to be the starter all season. Well, that makes sense, but I also follow what you're talking about in the beginning with Kyle Shanahan and his cloak and dagger thing he does every week with the rest of the league watching film.
Right. If you've ever seen the breakdowns from like any of last year's games, and you heard the defensive coordinators and the defensive players talking about us after the game, the detail of Kyle's offense is bananas. I forget exactly who it was, but there was even this one situation where one of the defenders was saying, we saw this play on tape. He ran it like once earlier in the season, and he ran this particular play a particular way one time, and most coaches would miss that. Most defensive coaches would miss that. And it turned out to be, it could have been a very, very big play. But what Kyle did was he knew the defense that he was playing, and he knew that they would pick up on that particular play. I don't know how, which is crazy, but he knew they would pick up on it, so he showed that, and it was misdirection. Right. So, and we're talking 7-8 steps ahead of these people. So, yeah, please understand that about Kyle Shanahan. He's thinking ahead.
Yeah, because that Saints game, Jimmy looked like somebody took the handcuffs off him, the leash off his neck. He went buck wild. That's why I said, Kyle, why is it one week you run plays that make sense with Jimmy, and then the next week you got him stand there instead of don't you move, and the receivers aren't really looking that good or something, and then we have these games, and we still win because they're that good, because you're not 13-3 because your quarterback sucks, but that all the plan is working out right. We'll see. I can't wait till he gets back. Actually, I want to see Nick another week though.
Oh, no doubt. Me too, man. I told you, man, I call Nick Mullins Matt Murdock, the daredevil. He is the man without fear, bro. This dude lets it fly. Like, he fears nothing in there. He's tough as nails. And Jimmy's tough, too, so I don't like when I hear
Jimmy's not,
fans talk about that. Jimmy's tough, man.
Yeah. Everybody thinks he's just scared. He's not scared. Hey, man, let me see it. I'll be back. If tomorrow Kyle Shanahan has his press conference, I'm going to come on back tomorrow. If not, I'll see you Wednesday. All right?
No doubt. All right, my bro.
Mel.
Tomorrow is Wednesday.
Isn't this Monday night?
Oh, yeah, I'm out here in Jersey.
Mel, you're working too hard, right, Mel. You know what, though? You're working at night, and you can lose track of time when that happens, I know.
Right. Well, technically for me, it's Tuesday, so Right now it's 1 o'clock where I am.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So you're right. It is Wednesday. You're right. Yeah, okay. All right, Mel.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow,
All right,
fam.
my bro.
All right.
All right.
Oh, God. Yes, indeed. But, no matter what, the 49ers, this team is built to endure, like I mentioned at the beginning. There's a lot of teams that have lost a lot of players. We are the worst, though. We got to be the worst. I can't imagine a team that's lost more players than we have, but we keep right on going. I know we're playing the Giants. Y'all ain't playing nobody. Am I going to put that hashtag back up? I'm pretty sure everything I say, a hashtag, y'all ain't played nobody. You got to beat the teams in front of you, And if you don't, then you're really in trouble. We could be like the Falcons. Falcons can't beat nobody. It's 0-3, right? And who else is having troubles? That should be winning better than they're winning. The Cowboys. Well, the Cowboys 1-2. You don't understand about the Cowboys, though. That offense is pretty high charge. Oh, well, you know what? The Cowboys aren't having trouble scoring points. But that defense, and Alden Smith looks good. What's that other high-priced guy that got another edge? What's wrong with the Cowboys' defense? That's very strange, isn't it? You still got that offensive line. Well, you got a couple of guys that Lyle Collins is missing. Well, that doesn't give the defense any excuse. So, anyway, fam. And Johnny with the pair flying along. You can tell he's holding on to the back of the revenge tour train. He was about to get off, and he changed his mind. Now he's holding on to the back rail. He's going to have to ride till they stop. Have a good night, fam. Hey, delight. May see you tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll see you Wednesday. Niners!